Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Some Nerdy Stuff. I'm your dumbass host. Co-host, you introduce yourself.
Hi. We know who it is. You already know who it is.
No, nobody knows who you are.
It's Alan.
Alon Garcia.
That's my name. My mother gave me.
Yeah,
Well,
that is the one. And your host, Jared. What's up, guys? Today we actually have two people with us. We have two fun guests.
Our returning guest, Mr. Richard White.
Yeah, second time being on here, you know what I mean? Enjoying life, man. Yeah, thank you.
Gnarly dude.
I'm blessed to be here right now.
Thanks, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, man.
I appreciate this opportunity you guys are giving me, keeping me out these streets.
trying to get some dick later? Is that what's going on here?
Well, if you're offering, I'm not going to say no.
Pause. And we have, speaking of which, that's our other guest. Want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Nicole.
Speak up, they can't
Yeah,
hear
where
you.
they go?
Hi, I'm Nicole.
What did you do?
You said speak up, I did.
She did her best.
Barely.
Barely.
Oh.
Well,
Hello.
how's everybody doing today? How's it going for everybody?
Good. I woke up this morning, so I'm doing great.
Yeah, that's all we can ask
I
for.
woke up 2 hours ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. 2 hour wake ups. That's that overnight. High five. High five for that overnight.
Yeah.
Just put in context, it is 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
It's 7:30 p.m.
Thankfully, I don't have to work tonight overnight. But
I work morning, so I'm good.
yeah, Alan, haven't
All
seen you in
day.
a bit. How you been? How's work going?
Well, this past week has been really fucked up for me. I had surgery, then went straight back to work like nothing happened.
Yeah. So how was it? Did you have to? Were you able to talk at work?
Not barely. It was really bad.
So, I'm guessing you're lucky enough that you didn't run into anybody crazy, but
Yes, it was nobody famous came in this week.
but was any part of you
Actually,
scared?
Shiggy
Like,
was there.
but-
Shiggy show.
but did you?
Right?
But
Is that his
did
name?
you?
Shaggy, Shiggy, whatever his
Oh,
name is?
Shiggy?
Shiggy?
Shiggy show, the comedian dude.
yeah,
Look at that shitty
Shiggy
shaggy.
Shaggy
Was
was
she cheeking?
Yeah,
he
my
was there,
son
bro.
Shaggy.
Yeah, he's a pretty funny guy. You know?
That's what he is. He's like
comedian.
he's a comedian.
Yeah, no, he's not funny.
He's like-
That's it. But my thing is, but had it been like any of your music idols, was any part of you scared that like one of your idols is gonna come in while you're sitting here and like I can't even talk right now?
To put to context, I had surgery in my jaw. I had a cyst that had to get removed. So my mouth was all fucked up. It's still fucked up to this day. So to answer your question, Jared, I'd probably kill myself.
Yeah, I would be terrified.
Like if J. Cole were to walk in during that time, I'd be like, all right, I quit. This is God telling me like this is not for me. This is like this is not your time. Do something else.
I also gotta say, as much as I shit on it, the fact that his shit's long enough now that he can put it in a ponytail, it doesn't look that bad.
I was wondering when you guys were gonna say something.
It does not look that bad
doesn't.
anymore. To be
It
honest,
doesn't.
I'll give him credit.
It doesn't.
Because it looked terrible before. I'll tell you straight up, it was garbage before.
Yeah, well,
But
hurtful.
it's no, it was, but it's better now because you had to get to that awkward phase.
yeah,
Of course.
yeah.
When you're trying something new with your
It
hair,
got long enough where I could put it in a ponytail.
That's what I'm saying. When you're
Trust
trying
me,
something
my-
new with your hair, especially if you're growing it for the first time, yeah, it's gonna look awkward at a certain point. Especially when we only know you as the buzz cut. Like, yeah, it's gonna be awkward to see you at a certain length. But now,
if I were to get a buzz cut tomorrow, you guys will look at me so different. But what the fuck's going
My
on?
awkward phase was worse than that, but
Yeah, no, you
See?
showed me that shit.
yeah,
That
it
was
was
bad.
crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy.
yeah,
I was wondering when you guys were gonna say something. Honestly.
Yeah.
no, it looks good, man. It looks
Yeah,
good.
appreciate it.
I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it.
Appreciate.
Well, now that we got everybody's energy is good, I'm liking this. So, this week on some nerdy stuff, we definitely have a lot of stuff that happened. So first, I guess we'll do some non-spoilers since not everybody here that's on the cast has seen it, but me and Rich did see this week's episode of What If.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
So we'll give a spoiler-free review this time. So for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, also, it's Wednesday, it just came out. Well, Rich, what did you think overall?
Solid. Episode wise, it's I would say a solid 8 out of 10 because it was more of like a feel good, funny party type of episode, and not really like nothing drastic really happened, you know.
Which is like such
Uh,
a
until
180.
until the end. But you know that this is non spoiler, so but like until the end, so it's like more of like a lot of what I've noticed in a lot of these episodes, they're leading up to something.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I think this episode. Well, so if the rumors are true, apparently this episode was originally episode 5, but because the ratings were down on the show, they switched it to the zombie episode to gain more traction after the Doctor Strange shit. So then they moved
The ratings
the
were
party.
down after the Doctor Strange stuff.
Well, no, not down, but just like they weren't getting the viewership apparently they wanted.
they
So
said
to
how
amp
the
it up,
episode
they
was
switched
crazy.
it to get the zombie one out to get
Yeah,
people talking. After
that
people
was
were fucking with.
amazing.
No, I'm saying after people were fucking with the Doctor Strange one, they switched it to the zombie to amp it up. And if that rumor's true, then you know this episode was clearly more early on. It's not as crazy.
It feels
It's
like
bro.
it could be the
It's bro Thor. It's
Yeah.
Thor if he was a frat brother, and it's hilarious on that level as a party episode. Like if it was like a party movie type shit, like a old school Will Ferrell shit. It's hilarious. It's mad fun. But other than that, yeah, like Rich said, it's not until the very end that you're like, okay, well now I'm intrigued to see what's next. And I kind of wanted more throughout the episode.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it was great to like this episode also had the most. Other than one main character, most of the main Marvel characters that are in this episode are voiced by the actual like actors, which is nice. So like that part at least made it feel like this is the MCU. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth voices Thor, and you know everybody else that's in it voices themselves for the most part. So it was nice to, like on that level to see like all of them come back, and so it felt like an MCU episode.
Word.
And it definitely leaves a lot open. So, but I also think for me it's definitely like one of the weaker episodes. It's not as heartwarming as the Star Lord, the T'Challa Star Lord. It's not as crazy and emotional as Doctor Strange episode. It's up there, but it's not. It's up there, but it's not crazy right now in terms of like the other episodes.
Because even the Killmonger episode was crazy.
Yeah, like even the zombie ones for me.
But that's the thing, like
the Killmonger one. Yeah, let's talk about that too. We haven't. I think we didn't get to recap the last one either. The Killmonger one
was phenomenal.
Oh
Like,
my god!
It
So
was-
spoilers for
this
this
is
one.
one.
Spoilers for I mean, this one's been out for a week, but yeah, if you've seen this, what if you've definitely seen the Killmonger one? It's
but
Michael B. Jordan is just fucking.
he's amazing.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
He is phenomenal.
He's just that guy, bro. He's
Yeah.
the guy. He's the guy.
It's his.
He's Creed.
it's-
You know what I'm saying?
it's his You know. It's anybody can say words, but not everybody can deliver lines.
Yep. Yep. And he knows how to like, because you can even tell like with the interviews that he did after Black Panther, out of everybody, he's the only one out of the whole cast that never talked about his process or his character. He maintained it in every interview, like that's something I want to keep to myself. And when you see that, like the character he portrays, just from that opening scene, right when he's just like, "Well, how do you think your ancestors got this?" Yeah, I mean, it's like, "Oh, you went into a dark place.
Yup.
You went to like the history from the beginning."
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, how were we fucked up? How were we fucked over from the start? And then channeling that anger and energy of generations flowing through you into this character of like, you were literally the representation. Again, like Black Panther, like Killmonger and T'Challa are just Malcolm X and Martin Luther King.
Yep.
That's all they are. That's all they are. Same thing as Magneto and Professor X. That's all they are. They're the same thing. They're Malcolm and MLK. And to see what would happen for Killmonger to then take over, like have his same plan but just do it earlier and get Iron Man first,
Mm-hmm.
to where there never was an Iron Man. So Tony just became his selfish self, like ass self, like just stayed that way, drinking in every fucking scene that he's in because like fuck it, like I'm making money, like,
I'm the richest guy in the world.
and then to see Killmonger just keep up to his name and literally fucking get rid of everybody, including Tony, was like. That's the thing. This What If series just loves
crazy.
killing Tony.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
They love killing Tony in
Yeah.
this
He's
season.
already dead, so it's just like.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't
let's
know,
just keep killing it.
keep
Let's see
killing
any
him.
times.
But
like,
if you think about it, it makes the most sense, especially if you wanna. Most of these are disbanding or
where it didn't go the way it's supposed to,
Supposed
and the way
to.
it's supposed to is where he saves the
So-
universe.
Yeah, because without him, nobody's staying together. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it's like you cut. You know what I mean? You cut it from the source. You know what I'm saying? He's the source.
And you know, it's,
That's
and it's
interesting.
funny that you say that. That actually I saw some shit on the internet like shit, a few months ago that actually like thought was pretty nice. Was it was like kind of similar to what you're saying, where it's like it somebody wrote it's kind of sad that Peter will never know that he was the inspiration to Tony making time travel to then save the universe. Because remember, it's that scene when he's in the kitchen, like again, it was his destiny to do it. But what triggered him to do it? It was looking at that picture of Peter, and being like, I'm not willing to risk my kid, but I'm also willing to risk getting my other kid. And that is like a level where it's like, okay, yeah, like that is why in this universe Spider-Man kind of is Iron Man Jr. in a way.
Yeah.
And people always say that, and they say it's a bad thing, but I don't think it's a bad thing. Like,
I like it.
Like,
Because he's still gonna be Spider-Man, his own Spider-Man and shit, but
Well,
like he's
I mean,
gonna have those morals.
but here's the, I
Yeah.
grew up with the Raimi trilogy.
Mhm.
Spider-Man to me is like the king of Marvel. He's my favorite Marvel character. So it's like
yeah.
him to be kind of the next lead of the Avengers after Iron Man. Yeah, bro, it makes the most sense. Who the fuck else?
Yeah.
Who the fuck? And Tom Holland's the best fucking Spider-Man. So
Yeah.
even Andrew Garfield just said it a few weeks ago in that interview. Like, yeah, no, Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man. Like, he's the perfect blend of both Peter and Spider-Man.
That's facts.
Yeah. 100%.
Facts. Spitting.
He was born to play him. Like, seriously.
Spitting, bro. He's spitting.
There's just certain roles that like niggas were born to play, and
That's facts. He's
whether
one
you
of
got
them.
Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Ryan
Exactly.
Reynolds as Deadpool,
Yeah.
they're like that's who they're meant to be.
Too bad. We couldn't get.
And soon to be Rob Pattinson as Batman. Calling it now.
Yeah. Goated.
Our boy's gonna be it, bro.
But too bad.
I was just watching that. I was watching the trailer again like yesterday, just because like the trailer's just so fire.
It's so great.
I just be watching it just randomly.
Well, actually, the other day was Batman Day, and they dropped two
Yes.
things. So they dropped a picture of Rob Pattinson as actually hold up. Let's try to. You're in the search bar?
Mr. Batman.
Yep. They had
Who are you? I'm vengeance. Like that's just so hard, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's the hardest line I've ever heard in my life. Like how you gonna say how you gonna beat the fuck out of some nigga and then be like, oh, I'm vengeance. Like if I was the rest of those niggas, I'm running. Like that's it. Like,
Nah,
we
yeah,
lost, bro.
definitely.
go to yeah.
Like we're gone. And
Here,
I fuck
go,
with his suit
go
too.
to search again. Alright.
His suit is fire in this shit too.
Oh yeah, nah. This is probably like one of the best suits I've ever seen, live action wise.
We're
Go to like news.
News.
Yeah. Go there. Yep. Up. First one. Right there. Think. Go down. They should have the image that he dropped.
Happy Batman Day, guys.
Yep. Right there. So Matt Reeves dropped a picture on Batman Day of Rob Pattinson as Batman with a grappling hook
Dope.
in the editing room because like they're getting ready to finish up the movie.
Yeah.
So it's a
It's
nice
gonna be
little
out, like,
tease.
in the first quarter
Now-
next year, right?
Yeah, now the reason this is big is because they're teasing up because October, I believe, is it 15th? Is it the 15th for fandom?
It might be the 15th.
I believe the 15th of October is DC fandom where they're going to drop the new trailer for the Batman. Yeah, which is obviously going to show a lot more. You got to remember, that trailer, when they showed that trailer DC fandom last year, they said, oh, like I said, we just started filming, guys. This is only about, like, we've only shot maybe about 20 minutes. Like, I think they said, like, 20 or 30 minutes of footage. They said, like, overall, the movie's only 25% done right now.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And when you look at that trailer, it's like, okay, you have a very specific idea for what this Batman's going to be.
Yeah.
And it's going to clearly be a crazy story.
I can't wait.
Now, go up again go to the YouTube. Or, no, stay on here. Just go to the search bar. Back in the search.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I believe. So, also, Michael Giacchino. Yeah, right there. The second one. No, my bad.
No, you good.
Yeah, the second one. So Michael Giacchino, obviously you, Alan, as a fan of certain composers, I know you know he's up and coming and shit. So here's like the beautiful roundabout of the whole thing. You got Danny Elfman, did the original Batman, then did the Sam Raimi trilogy, composing of the music. Then you had Hans Zimmer come in, do the Dark Knight, then did Amazing Spider-Man. Now you have Michael Giacchino, who went and did Spider-Man: Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home, is now also doing the Batman. 3 composers for all these like trilogies in the last like decades. You get to at least hear the Michael Giacchino tease of what his Batman theme is gonna be, and I hear that shit, man, and I just think the animated series, like Mask of the Phantasm movie, like it just gives me that kind of feel where it's like
just the opening,
where it's like, again, I'm gonna call it now. I just think Robert Pattinson has the potential to be the best Batman we've seen yet, where it's a perfect blend of everything. The detective, the fighter, like the actual showing Bruce Wayne as a fucked up human. Like, I think it's gonna be different. And they also got Matt Reeves producing the new animated series that they're doing. He's also doing like producing like a podcast, like Audible, like Batman like show or whatever. It's like they clearly want Matt Reeves for everything when it comes to Batman right now. So he clearly knows what he's doing. Where they're like, all right, you want a trilogy? You do whatever the fuck you want. He's also producing 2 live action shows that are gonna be, one's gonna be about the Gotham PD in his universe of Batman, and the other one's gonna be about Penguin and his rise to power in his Batman universe with Colin Farrell.
Oh, Colin Farrell?
Yeah, he's gonna come back with all the prosthetics and bro. Because apparently he's only in 3 or 4 scenes in the Batman movie. Like he's only in he said he's only in about 10, 12 minutes of footage. Like he doesn't have a large role in the movie. But 12 minutes of footage spread throughout a movie can seem like he's in it a good amount if they use it right. I mean, Hannibal Lecter I think is only in I think it's a very short amount of time that Hannibal Lecter is actually in the movie on screen time wise. But they spread it out a lot, so it's he seems like he's in the movie a lot.
Which one?
Silence of the Lamb.
Oh, Silence of the Lamb.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
If you actually break it down, he's not in the movie as long as people think he is.
Yeah.
It's just when you spread it out, it seems like a lot. Mm-hmm. So even if Colin Farrell says I'm only in 12 minutes of footage and I'm only in 3 or 4 scenes, you spread that out through the movie in the right scenes, it could seem like a lot. Mm-hmm. So we'll have to wait and see. Because I got him, Riddler, Catwoman.
Mm-hmm. The movie's gonna be fire.
Yeah, so happy Batman Day, you know what I mean? I guess in honor of Happy Batman Day, other than all the shit, from what we do have, who is y'all's favorite Batman?
Animated and live action, just live action?
Any version.
Kevin Conroy is the GOAT. That he is Batman. Okay.
All right, so I guess that's too easy. All right, so let's just go live action then, since it's too easy. We're all gonna say everybody knows Kevin Conroy is the GOAT.
I wasn't gonna go Kevin Conroy, but all right.
Really?
No, I wasn't.
Out of both animated and live action?
Yeah.
Who were you gonna choose?
The Batman Beyond Batman. I don't remember his name, but
wait, the old one or the kid?
The dude who plays the Batman in Batman Beyond.
Terry McGinnis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just like his style, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I liked it, I liked his depiction on it. Yeah. It was it was still that darker, but he still had a different aspect than Bruce Wayne. Yeah. So I like that alternative of.
I guess, but I did mean more in out of the Bruce Waynes.
Oh,
I got all the different live action actors who played Bruce Wayne.
Oh yeah, well, you said Batman, so.
Yeah. I also told them we're not gonna do animated because we would all for the most part we thought everyone was the character.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go with live action.
But yeah.
So Alan, start off live action.
I feel what's his name? Angela.
What's his name? Wow, there's a lot of names.
This nigga. Wow, I don't want blanking. Ben Affleck. I feel if he had more time, he could be that guy.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But for right now, for me, I'm gonna have to say Christian Bale. I think he killed it.
Okay. Yeah. Nicole.
I like Christian Bale.
Okay, we're going Christian Bale.
Michael Keaton's also up there as well, but Christian Bale for me.
Richard.
Adam West.
Oh my god.
I'm not mad at that.
I was.
He's literally the original.
He's amazing.
Bro, he ran on the pier with a bomb.
Yes.
Like a cartoon bomb. It wasn't like,
He pepper sprayed a shark with
It's
shark
amazing.
repellent.
It's amazing. It's amazing, like that utility. He really
He really did
utilized.
have everything.
He utilized that utility belt.
And the only one to have a bad helicopter.
Yep.
Everyone had a bad plane, but he had a bad helicopter. That's different. And, you know, he had the top down on his Batmobile. You know what I mean? This nigga was showing him stuff. You know what I mean?
He was like, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
This is mine.
Stop playing
It was
with
so-
me. You see the drop top.
Stop, bitch, stop playing. Exactly.
That song was written by Batman.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I guess it's a tie between Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. Now, who am I kidding? It's George Clooney.
I don't
Bad
blame-
nipples all day.
I don't blame you.
No, honestly, like for me, I gotta give them all credit though. Like I think they all have aspects of them that are great. Like George Clooney's a
amazing.
terrible Batman, but he's a good Bruce Wayne. Like Bruce Wayne wise, like in the scenes when he is Bruce Wayne, it's like, oh yeah, like that's why they casted you. Like that, because in real life you basically are Bruce Wayne. You're just a big playboy. Like it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Val Kilmer did not do a bad job at all.
No,
if you actually
not
go
at
back
all.
and rewatch Batman Forever, like his dynamic with Alfred of anything
Was
is the
amazing.
most accurate to the animated series than anything. Like that corny banter that they had of just like joking and being witty with each other, like that was the most to like what Batman was at that time, at least in the animated series. But yeah, Michael Keaton, he's fuck, bro. He was not supposed to work. He shouldn't work as Batman,
Nope.
but he does. Like,
It happens.
and Ben Affleck is just. But again, the second Robert Pattinson comes out, trust me, if he does what I know he can do after seeing Good Time, High Life, The Lighthouse, The Rover, like when we know what this nigga can really do and he's tapped in.
Right.
Sorry, none of these niggas can touch him.
Nope.
Sorry. But other than that, we also have this new Star Wars Visions. Also something that only me and Rich. Well, Rich only saw you saw the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, 2.5.
I saw the whole season today because, like I said, they're very short. They're only about 13 minutes. So Star Wars Visions is a Disney Plus new series that is an anthology. It's 9 episodes. I believe each episode is done by a different Japanese anime studio, and you know, nothing that they do are canon. Like none of it's canon. So they were basically allowed to let free and make any type of Star Wars anime version that they want.
Really? Isn't like almost everything that came out about Star Wars all canon to each other at some point?
Yeah, that's why I didn't like when they came out and said this, because to me it's so dope that it's like, right, so an example is the first episode, the premise is this village gets taken over, and this samurai warrior with a lightsaber comes in to save them. And to me it's like so dope because I'm like, well, in a galaxy far, far away, in a time period that nobody knows any of this shit, it's like, why can't we have like a world where this exists, where they have like just this different these different stuff, like a planet where they have just keeps their traditional village customs but use the technology to their advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we have that? Like, you know, so to me, in my mind, it's canon. Again, we like to keep it real in this podcast. The fact that this nigga asked me the question and had me explain all that and then walked out in the middle of it to pee is like,
Someone's in the bathroom.
Yeah,
and someone's in the bathroom ready, so you could have fucking waited. And now, like, I'm not explaining myself on the podcast. The fans heard what I had to say, but you're gonna have to, I guess, re-listen because I
I really
explained
listened to all of them.
shit to you.
I had these shits.
That's also true. So I guess you're right there. All right, in that case, I could have kept going with it. You're right. You would have heard me eventually. Oh, whatever, Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
The show is fire, by the way.
So what's up, guys?
Yeah. So Visions. Yeah. Star Wars
Yeah,
Visions.
Visions. Yeah.
That's
That's what I was doing in between the episodes.
As an anime fan, and watching the first 2 episodes, I really enjoyed the aspects and the different realms of anime that they're exploring, because people just think anime is just cartoons, and it's honestly beyond that. So for a fan to like both, Star Wars comics and anime, and to see a company that really takes cartoons and actually, makes some cartoons and give them to an anime company and show them justice. I really appreciated it. With the art styles to the the character development.
Oh yeah, if you haven't seen the show, you got to check it out just for the visuals alone.
Yeah.
Like they're insane. It's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's so beautiful. Like the animations on I mean, obviously it's Disney. Like that's the reason why I think the show is so great, because it's like, look, a lot of anime studios are great. Some of them just don't always have the budget to go above and beyond. You have the budget of Disney and Star Wars and Lucasfilm.
Mm-hmm.
The name brand alone, it's like we can't make an anime show like this unless it is the craziest shit ever. And again, we're Disney. We have Walt Disney Studios. We have Pixar Animation. We have Lucasfilm. It's like we have IGN. We have literally the top of the top people.
Facts.
If we're gonna make an anime on Star Wars, it's got to be the craziest visual shit. It has to be like the just most up to date shit there can be.
Word.
And I think money wise, they put their money in the right place.
Yes.
They put their money completely in the right place.
Oh yeah. Peak on anime standards of animation. This animation can right now cannot get any better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously, give it 10 years and it will be.
But it's all going to be based off how great this is.
Like, yeah, exactly. But, this is peak Japanese animation.
Like when they made the Jungle Book so the Lion King could really be a thing.
Exactly. So it's on a scale next to none in that category.
That's really fucked up how like that shit always gets like shit on.
What, anime or?
No, my bad. Just like the Lion King shit.
Oh.
What's going on the Lion King shit?
No, but just I just feel people.
We're sharing the Lion King. You can see me outside.
No, not the anime, not the original version, but like the like when they did the remake. Like,
I got the remake. The remake was
No, but here's the thing, right? In the sense of some people try to make it out though that like they shouldn't have done it type shit. You gotta understand, there's a reason why it basically had to be the same story, because it's more of like we can add a few things, but we can't change too much, because the whole thing is we don't even really know if this can work technology wise. We're literally creating this, so it's like this is literally the blue. It's like at the end of the day, it's like it's an experiment. This has to be the blueprint and walk. So all the crazy CGI and how much better it gets for things like Avatar and everything, which is now under Disney, and how that's going to get crazier from now on. Like, that's the thing. James Cameron now has Disney money. No wonder Avatar 2 things. This nigga's about to blow his load like no other, okay? This nigga thought, you thought I Aliens 2 was crazy? Oh, you thought I was crazy with Terminator 1 and 2? Oh, you thought I was crazy when I did Titanic? Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Everybody hold a beer. Like, he's really about to do some crazy shit. Like, he's trying to make a movie where it's like you walk in and you don't need 3D glasses. No, that's not like I'm saying that to be exaggerating. Those are his words. Those are his own words. He's trying to get the technology for 3D to be at a place where you walk into a theater and you don't need glasses. It just is the experience.
Word. That's how Avatar 1 was.
But that was with the 3D glasses.
Yeah.
No,
So now,
even like.
Yeah,
no, it
without
always
3D,
stands out. But I'm saying,
without
but when it was in
3D, that
3D,
shit
it
still
really
looked
felt like.
crazy.
To me, Avatar was the only movie I ever saw in 3D where it's like,
Really?
it really felt like.
It actually made it better in 3D. It was the only movie I thought actually made it better.
That's what I'm,
3D,
and
definitely
because
too.
again, this is the whole problem with the format of film nowadays. Is the problem is like big blockbuster films get made and then they say, all right, let's up the price tag by making it putting it in 3D. So they're taking the movie that was made for a regular film, and they're converting it to 3D. Whereas James Cameron was filming his movie to be, so when this is in 3D, this is how insane it's gonna look.
Yeah.
And it's those are two different approaches. But yeah, no, I mean he's gonna go nuts with Avatar fucking 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this man's gonna go nuts.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy that it's like
we're
it's
not prepared for it.
He's
Honestly,
about to revive Sam Worthington. I don't even know his name. That
Sam
dude's cool.
Washington. He
I,
got washed away. No, Sam Worthington.
We're
I
about
think
to
is
bring
his
him right
name.
back into the spotlight where he was. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, here's the thing. I've seen a lot of his work. He's great as a supporting actor.
Okay.
He's great when it comes to like being like the side. Like there's this one movie with Jennifer Aniston. Actually, it's called Cake, where Jennifer Aniston. It's like this drama where she's like. It's actually one of Jennifer Aniston's best performances. Like she plays like this like. Just woman got kind of really going through the shits. Like I don't really want to give it away, but she's just really going through the shits, and he plays like this kind of like neighbor friend type that just like is helping her like just getting through the dark times that she's going through, and he does really good in like those type of roles where he's just kind of the side character to just help the other characters move along.
In Avatar 1 and the Terminator movie.
I personally liked him in Clash of the Titans 1, to be honest.
I liked Clash of the Titans.
I like Clash of the Titans.
Clash of the Titans 2 was bad.
I haven't seen.
Yeah, Wrath of the Titans was the one where I was just like.
I was like, alright, we got it.
Wrath of the Titans, that's what it was. Yeah, that Wrath of the Titans was trash.
I knew that like 10 minutes into it where I was just like, oh, this
But
is where
wasn't-
we're
Clash of
going.
Titans
But wasn't Wrath of the Titans when they were really just milking the franchise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
I
When it was
hate it
Clash
when
of the
they
Titans, it's like, okay, remake of this classic with this new technology. I'm with it. The Kraken looked dope.
Yeah.
Medusa looked dope. Action was good. You had Mads Mikkelsen in there. Again, this nigga just everywhere, including Harry Potter now. But,
And it's tough for those because I critique those movies really. Like that's why I critique like the Percy Jackson movies. Like I'm not a huge fan of those movies a lot because I'm like really into like Greek mythology and Norse mythology. So like when you see those movies try to portray that, like I feel like a lot of them don't really do a good job at it. Because either like a lot of shit's off.
I
or,
fuck
like,
with Percy Jackson.
I thought the first Percy Jackson was good. I didn't really like the
I didn't see the. I only saw the first one.
The second one, I've
Was it
seen.
the same thing?
I've seen like the thing
I thought
is.
they only made 2 though.
Yeah,
Yeah, they made two.
yeah, they made 2. The second one, but there's like 3 or 5 books somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Like,
They just
but,
never. They were supposed to make them, and they never.
yeah,
did.
but I've seen both of them. The second one is not memorable. One,
No.
because I've seen it like 3 times and I can't. It's like
Yeah,
Marvel's Age of Ultron. I've seen it like 10 times. I cannot remember the movie. I just know Ultron comes and they stop him. Period.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not memorable, but like for me, the way they depict the characters and the demigods is correct. But like I didn't really read the books to really because that's really where I know a lot of the fandom split is because the books were like a little different, crazier and stuff like that.
But shout out to my boy Logan Lerman. I love him. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
He like for me, if Ben Affleck had been Batman for longer and got his own movies, Logan Lerman would have totally been my choice for Tim Drake's Robin.
Or
Oh,
okay.
100%. 100%. Because here's the thing. Who here has seen the movie Fury?
I have with the art movie, right?
Yeah.
That movie alone. He can play Robin. That nigga
was a
can
really
do
good
anything.
movie, actually. I saw it at your house, actually.
Yeah. Fury is one of the best, one of my
I saw
favorite
that with
movies
you.
there. Yeah.
I
No,
don't-
Shia LaBeouf's performance
I
in
love
that
Shia LaBeouf.
movie.
Yo, bro, he killed that shit.
I literally.
It's literally chilling.
Yeah.
Honestly, Shia
I
LaBeouf
When he
is
just
actually
looks at
a
him
really,
dead
is
in
a
his
really
eyes,
good
he's
actor
like,
too. Nobody really
wait till you
talks about him.
see what a man can do to another man. You're just like, oh my god.
Shia LaBeouf's actually a pretty good actor too. Nobody really talks about him.
Yeah, no, he is.
No, he's so
No,
underrated.
it's just it's his fucking crazy antics that fucking.
Yeah,
Just
do
fucking
it.
lie. No, that's the good shit. It's when you show up to the fucking award show with a bag over your head, like I'm not famous anymore, and now you got now you got allegations and it's just shit like that.
It's crazy because he really can. Yo, he had that one. He was on that one music video for Sia, the Chandelier. I think it was Chandelier. Oh no, Elastic Heart. Elastic Heart. He was dancing with the
girl.
Killed
girl.
it, killed
He
it.
fucking killed that shit. I was
And
crying.
he can rap.
Yeah.
And
He can rap.
Yeah, he can
Better than
rap.
Chet Hanks.
Yeah.
Chet D. Hanks,
Yo,
boy.
we're not talking about him. Yeah.
What? Stop. I love
Chet
Chet
Hanks.
Hanks. That's
Yo,
my
yo.
guy.
Hilarious.
Yo,
No, 'cause that-
y'all
actually-
ever seen that movie Eagle Eye?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fire
That's
movie.
a
great
bro.
movie.
I love that
I like
movie,
that
bro.
movie.
Everybody loves Eagle Eye.
I'm not even gonna lie, like
That was my
I
favorite.
may just be biased. I personally, except for like the the fucking Transformer movies, I have not seen a bad movie that he was in.
Which honestly,
Yeah.
Transformer 1 was also fire.
Well, the one was fire, but like I think what was it, the second and the third one he was in, or
Yeah,
just the second one?
Second and third one.
Yeah.
Actually, third one I didn't hate that much.
But
The
also,
third one was bad.
what do you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, that's the second one. That's the second
Oh,
one.
oh.
No. There's only
His
no.
parents-
This
his
is why.
parents
No,
were
here's
always
the.
there.
I hate.
Always
I
there. Like,
I
what?
personally, at this point, the only Transformer live action movie I personally like and love is Bumblebee. Everything else,
Bumblebee was really good.
Can-
too.
Bumblebee was so good.
everything else,
No.
everything else can eat my ass. I don't give a fuck.
All
Okay.
right,
The
all
first
right,
one was
fine.
good.
Transformer 1 was
Nobody's
good.
saying
Come
that you can't have that opinion.
Yeah.
But we still like
get
the
your
first
ass
one.
eaten, bro.
We still like the
No,
first
no
one.
one's saying
Like
you can
the
get your ass
first
eaten,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Okay? With the peanut butter
If you give me
inside your
that look,
ass.
like,
Right.
you want
You
peanut
with the
butter and
jelly
jelly.
outside
Damn.
ass.
Exactly.
That's lunch right there, bro.
Yeah, really far. We're like,
No,
alright,
you
chill
about
out.
to be calling it lunch.
Yeah, eating it all up.
Shout out to the Boondocks.
Hello, Clitties.
Yeah, if Deadass Hannibal Lecter showed up in that Boondocks episode, just out of there, like eating
like-
ass is the greatest. That would have been hilarious.
So the Maximus.
See, I call you Chris Handsome.
Mm,
But no, here's the thing. I just personally hate the Transformers because
Horse.
I am a OG Transformers fan.
Word.
Oh yeah.
What is the phrase? Tell me the phrase right now if you know Transformers. We're gonna go one by one. Say the phrase if you know it. What's the phrase?
Huh?
Transformers. What's the phrase?
Robots in disguise.
What did you just say?
Transformers, robots.
Say it louder so the mic can hear, so the fans can hear it.
Transformers.
Transformers, robots in disguise.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does everybody know them?
After the first one, yeah.
Oh yeah, the first one put in the public eye though.
Where did these niggas hide in the first one?
In sports cars.
In this nigga's lawn and destroyed the whole lawn.
He would just show it like that
bro.
in the window.
And destroyed everything. The powers went out. These niggas are saying the only reason he got lucky is his parents are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's the only reason he's lucky.
Fucked up car again.
Because them niggas was not in disguise. There was no disguise, okay? Okay?
Yeah, well,
I don't care. I don't care.
In cartoons, you can make it look like, you know, power lines don't break when a robot transforms.
I'll give the third one credit for one thing.
Oh my.
They did one scene right.
The third one.
The third one they did one scene right.
What scene?
No,
'Cause
the scene when they were about to line them all up for execution, and you really look like they were about to kill
yeah.
Bumblebee, and
I
Shia
cried. I
LaBeouf
cried
was
there.
screaming for Bumblebee
I-
because of
I
the
cried.
first one. Like again, I don't really hate the first one as much. I just don't like them all because again, I just don't feel like any of them are true Transformers to what Transformers are. Even the first one, even though it's the most entertaining and the best well made out of any of them and best well acted, it's still not. First of all, it still has too much Michael Bay shit, too much over sexualizing Megan Fox that doesn't need to be there. The Transformers are barely in the
That
first
was
one
like the main
compared.
selling
Right,
point.
everyone was like-
was Megan
And here's the
Fox.
thing, out of all
Megan
the,
Fox.
But
and
Megan
here's the
Fox
thing,
was looking real good back
No,
then.
she was,
Yo,
but here's the thing.
She's still is.
Yo,
But here's the thing, the
she
first-
is.
no,
good.
I
she
mean,
is.
not with that ugly ass nigga she with.
Was she
All right,
like
stop.
Yo.
We're not about to have this podcast be the smoke with MGK. All right, this
Sorry.
nigga's already fighting with everybody. Relax. But-
Uh,
But-
Eminem did enough.
Word.
He did it
But
for
you know
all.
And
what?
now he's fighting with Slipknot, so let's not get in
anything
the
matter.
mix
We
of
can
this.
talk all the shit we want. He bagged Megan Fox. What are we
He
doing?
bagged
Word.
Megan
What
Fox.
are we
But no,
doing,
but,
bro?
back to my whole fucking
Yeah, we're
point.
talking about it.
Exactly.
Well,
He
I'm
wins.
talking about the Transformers. Y'all just jumped on Megan Fox at me
Yeah.
one time. Relax. Like,
She is the
relax.
Transformer movies, bro.
No.
She is it.
No, all I had to say was the fact that he oversexualizes her. My thing is the Transformers are barely in the movie of their own movie, and you're choosing that to pick over shots of Megan Fox. It's kind of annoying just as a fan. Like, I'm sorry. Like, yeah,
I
she's
agree.
hot, but it's
I
like as a fan, like it's annoying. Where it's like
I
I'd
agree.
rather see more of the Transformers. Like,
That's why I came here.
Yeah, that's
for
why I
the,
like
for
the
the, what the movie's
So-
named after.
exactly. So, but the third one, because of how well the relationship they did between Bumblebee and Sam's character in the first one, when he's like yelling for Bumblebee's name in the third one, that scene did get me. Like in the
Yeah.
theater, I remember I was like, oh shit, like if they dead kill Bumblebee right now, like I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Like I'm
I-
dead gonna cry
I was
because
tearing
he's
up, too.
about to cry.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Like that
again,
was-
Shia LaBeouf's a
Bumblebee-
great actor. When that nigga's about to cry, I want to cry. Like
You ever saw the pictures and the videos of him when he went to go when he like sat in a movie theater for Matt Long to watch all of his movies?
Mhm.
Like
Oh, yeah.
all the Transformers, it was asleep. he was dead asleep for those movies. He did not give a fuck about those movies.
Yeah, bro. Because that's the thing. That's the only other reason why I don't mind shitting on it. Because at the end of the day, like, was it a good success to his career? Yes. Do some people find it enjoyable for the general public? Yes. But it's like, I look at somebody like Shia LaBeouf. It's like, I know the actor that you truly are at heart and which you want to be. You don't give a fuck about the Transformers.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't care about even shit
it.
like Holes or like shit like that. It's like, you care because
Holes is a good movie though.
it is, but he's on a different level.
Yeah, like Disturbia.
I love that movie. That's a great movie.
Yes.
I
Like,
love
are you
that
serious?
movie.
Are you serious? That was one of the.
That was mind
That
fucking.
movie was gangster.
So gangster.
I watched it like last month. Honestly,
That's
it
a
was on
good
HBO
movie,
Max,
man, bro. Word.
Like he murdered that. He
That
murdered
shit,
that.
I remember the first time I saw that shit, it was like I was tense the whole movie.
And what didn't that come out before he got the Transformers?
That came out in
2007.
2007 and 2007, and then I believe 08 was the first Transformers. 08 or 09.
So
yeah,
you know what I mean? So you go from that, from like the first Transformers being like, oh, okay, like you did good in it, and then the second Transformers for them to making you scream and run it like you're a little bitch.
The whole
like,
movie, word.
you know what I'm saying? After in the first one, you're out
You're
here,
about to have
stabbing.
and you're about to have sex with a fucking Transformer girl robot thing. Like, come on,
that was
bro.
weird.
Like,
But he didn't know. He thought it was
But
just Megan Fox.
it's still like the idea of that, like the concept of that. It's like it's stupid. But that's why to me Bumblebee is just perfect.
Was good.
Bro, because from the opening, it's like, this is the best Transformers movie ever. Because first off, design-wise, this is what the Transformers look like.
Mm-hmm.
That's, when Optimus Prime showed up, it's like, fuck all the other 5 movies, that's Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
That's him. Completely, better portrayed than anything else.
Love you, Primey.
Where Optimus Prime, he's one of those childhood hero goats, man. Like, he's up there with like Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. Like they're just the most influential, just like of good guys that just like stand for good. That's it.
Auto thoughts roll out.
Word. Has some of the most iconic lines. And the fact that they've had the same dude play him the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when he passes, God forbid, like no time soon, but it's just like eventually the day comes when he's no longer around. Like it's gonna be weird to hear like who steps up to that role. You know what I mean?
Word.
I mean, like, you might not be lucky to find a Matthew Lillard for Shaggy, where it's like, okay, now this is your Shaggy
until he's done with
absolutely embodies Shaggy.
Oh, that's what we need to review real quick. Yeah,
I didn't even watch it yet.
So right now on DVD and digital, please, people, go rent it, buy it. Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby-Doo crossover.
Right? Yeah. It's good.
It is
good.
Amazing.
It's great.
It is so funny. It is so good.
I'm gonna buy it once we're done with this.
Bro, we'll put it on after this, bro. It is so. Listen, it is so good. It's not even funny. Like,
so it's not funny. You just said it was funny.
Don't confuse me.
What I mean by that is like it's not just like it's not just like a haha funny. Like it's a good movie. Like it's
generally funny. Like it's
genuinely funny. Like the characters are well done. Like the way they cross over, it's such a perfect. And here's the thing. And R.I.P. to the actress who played Muriel.
Oh yeah.
This is her last performance, and the thing is, this is before she passed. I don't know if they knew she was sick or whatever, but she had such a bigger role than I thought she was gonna have in this movie as Muriel. Where it's like she had a lot to do. Where it was just nice to see her there, like. And the guy who played Eustace isn't the same guy, and you could tell, and they don't use him as much. Yeah. But Muriel gets a lot to do, and it's nice.
It's nice. I like it.
I'll definitely check it out. Damn.
I was playing it.
And Courage and Scooby.
And then plus Scooby, like it's just
and
good.
I'll just say this.
It's like Scooby and.
I'll just say this. There's something that causes. The only thing I'm gonna say that doesn't spoil it, but it's just like to get you teased. There's something that causes Scooby and Courage to randomly dance. And these two dancing, the way the animation had them doing
hilarious.
it is, you will be on the fucking floor. It is so funny. It is so funny. Yeah, it just happens out of nowhere. And you're like, what the? And the thing is, the movie just goes. It starts and then it just goes like right to the crossover. It does not like waste time. It's a great pace. It's a great movie.
That's good.
So I highly recommend it. Scooby-Doo, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Something Nowhere. I can't remember the title of it.
Straight Out of Nowhere.
Straight Out of Nowhere.
Yeah, so it's good.
Definitely check that out. I remember we were talking about it a couple weeks ago
when they dropped the trailer and the
Yeah.
clips and shit. But yeah,
Which is crazy. Straight to DVD. You would think at least go on like some kind of streaming service to get some
Nah.
money
Well,
or
we
something.
I
Yeah.
rented it on Amazon.
but I felt good.
Yeah.
I felt good giving the money of it. Also, like again, Muriel's last performance.
Or even to the theater. I'd go see that shit in theaters. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'd
would
go
watch
see it.
that.
I would have went to see it in theaters. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
just wasn't expecting it. It was just.
I honestly, I thought it was in theaters.
To be completely honest, I think there is a whole market that people don't realize that's there. Of like, obviously, I'm talking pre-COVID because it'd be hard now just because it's hard for any movie to come out right now.
Mhm.
But pre-COVID, I think there was a whole market that they could have done of just like animated movies of shit we grew up with that, if done well, like how the Scooby-Doo and Courage crossover was, if you put it in theaters, I just feel like it'd make a decent amount of money.
Nah, I feel
You know,
you.
I
More
think-
than
I
what
think so,
people
too. I
would
think
think.
kids
You know-
would
you
love
know,
it.
Especially if
thing
they
is-
make it at the budget of what you would do it for straight to DVD, and then you just put spend most of the money to put it in the theaters. I think the money you would generate if you put the right promotion behind it, and the word of mouth is good. Because think about it, imagine seeing a new Ed movie like in the theater,
Yeah.
an actual
Right.
full length movie. I would go see that.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about that?
A new Jimmy
Cause-
Neutron,
Cause
or
that,
Timmy Power crossover in theaters.
and our generation would love that shit too. But you see the generation afterwards, the Gen Z. Like I feel like none of them even watch Courage or
Yeah,
Ed
they
and Eddie
never
or.
watched-
No, but that's
Oh,
the thing.
you
But
know
that's what I'm
what
saying.
I'm saying?
There's a whole market for us that they don't realize is there. Where if you make it for the budget of what it is for the straight to DVD, and you just put the money into the theaters and marketing, which yes is a good chunk amount of money, but you promote it right and you put the right amount of care into it where they're done well. It's like if you do the first few and risk the failure of the box office, it's like you do it well enough where everybody can then come together and like eventually it's like one of those like how we all now know Marvel movies are going to be good and we all go to see a Marvel movie. You do enough of them well enough, we'll go see a Jimmy Neutron 3 in theaters because we know the second one was fire and they'll do good in the next one. But that's pre-COVID. And that was just my thought. But it would never happen because
I think they should bring back Jimmy and Timmy Power Hour.
all the time, bro.
Yeah.
I think they should bring that back. One more.
One more.
You know,
One more. Just one more. That's it.
Yeah.
because when that shit first came out on TV, I've never been more hyped in my lifetime. Like,
Me
I've never
too.
been more hyped.
But
When I
anything.
was waiting for that shit during the commercial, I was like, I was fucking ready, bro. I was like, it's about to be the most heat I'm about to watch right now, like, and it was.
It was.
I love
It was
that
a
shit.
dope
Yeah.
And he lives it up too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah, it is fire. I think what really was the most fire thing about it was the fact that like when you switched universes, you switched animation.
Yeah, I fuck with that,
That
so
was-
heavy, bro.
That was
Yeah.
so unique for the time. They never
Word.
did nothing
To see,
like that.
and you know what it was?
See Timmy and Jimmy's
yeah,
like.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
way he would
Yeah.
look if they
Yeah.
animated it like that, like,
Mhm.
and you look at it and you like, yeah, nah, like I wouldn't watch this if Timmy Turner looked like that.
all the time. But
Yeah.
for this special, it's dope.
Dope, yeah,
Word.
exactly.
But this nigga was pulling bitches with them buck teeth in 3D.
3D, yeah,
like,
like-
The 3D buck teeth was crazy
See,
though.
word, it looked wild.
and to see Jimmy as like a 2D like.
Have my son
cartoon.
looking crazy. Well, he looked fine, but might have my son Timmy looking
Alright,
crazy in that
here's
3D.
something. If you had to pick one show between the two, Fairy Odd Parents or Jimmy Neutron, which one would it be?
Probably Jimmy Neutron because of the simple fact I knowing the way I was born, I probably wouldn't have Fairly Odd Parents.
Wait,
I
what,
would
wait,
have
wait, what do
family.
you mean? Like I can only watch one for the rest of my life from this point on type shit?
Oh, I thought you meant like what universe would you be in, right?
No, I was talking about like what show do you think is better?
Oh,
Oh,
right.
actually, let's start with we'll do both because I like that
Alright,
too. Like, which universe would you be in?
yeah,
I'd probably choose Jimmy Neutron as well.
yeah,
I would
exactly.
choose Jimmy Neutron's universe, but in terms of which show I think is better, obviously I think nowadays the fact that they still continue on with Fairly Odd Parents, that I don't think it's good anymore. I think if you look at both of them in their prime of what they were at the same time,
Yeah, so we'll say just Prime. Yeah.
yeah, at the same time that they were out, I have to go Fairly Odd Parents. I just feel like the
Fairly
certain
Odd
like
Parents.
the certain like when you think also think about the movies that they dropped, like that remote control episode, like movie that they did with the
Mhm.
whole Vicky shit and the future him.
Oh,
Yeah,
It was
it
the
was
most
crazy.
insane shit
That was
ever.
so
as a
I've ever
kid.
seen.
And then you add that on top of what my favorite one, my
Dinkelberg.
favorite one ever.
Dinkelberg.
My favorite one ever is the fact that when you have the other movie when he had the magic cupcake for his birthday.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that was so
My
great.
favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes in any animation ever, when Mr. Crocker is pretending to have the ice cream machine so he can like search for fairies, and the kids are outside waiting for ice cream,
Yeah.
and they open it up and they're all saying what they want. It ends with the one ginger chicken. She's like, "And I want a strawberry chuck cake." Every time, bro. Since I was a kid, that
Guess
was
me.
the funniest shit to me.
Yeah, it
The
was
Jimmy
fun.
Neutron movie was fire though too.
The movie was fire,
Yeah.
but I just think that was more like, again, like, it was a fire ass movie, and then we had this dope ass show.
Yeah.
Compared to Fairly Odd Parents was like this great show we were on, and then just had these epic fucking movies out of
Facts.
nowhere.
Songs,
Honestly,
such good songs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
my
sad.
shiny teeth and you can't beat
Yeah.
that. You can't beat that.
Nah, that's
Honestly,
right.
it's
You
sad.
can't beat Chip Skylar.
Yeah,
my guy.
honestly,
That's a fact.
it's sad to see too. Is like
As great as Sheen and Carl are,
Wait,
like
let's talk
Yeah.
about it. They had the greatest Crimson Chin, the
Crimson
greatest,
Chin.
the greatest
Crimson
super,
Chin. Yes,
the
yes,
greatest,
yes.
greatest superhero I ever thought of.
Facts, bro.
Crimson Chin,
the Crimson Chin.
the Crimson Chin.
It's crazy. Like the kids these days will
The
never,
bronze
will never
kneecap.
experience
They will
that.
never.
They'll never, because they don't make TV movies anymore. They don't
Nope.
do that anymore.
No.
Like these kids these days will never
But
experience how
let's
hyped that
but
shit
let's
was.
really talk about it. Like in a quality and entertainment standpoint, we haven't seen. At least personally, I don't remember seeing any Nickelodeon movie being bad as a kid. Where like as a
As
kid,
a kid, no.
like right now, I could see
Them
like
Jo-
any of them
Drake
is
and Josh
rewatchable.
movies always
All the Drake and
slap.
Josh movies slap.
Yeah.
Bro. Even when they
Christmas
came back,
one.
They
yeah,
did.
when they
Yeah,
came
the
back with
Christmas
Little
one,
Ralph,
I
Christmas
like that
one.
one.
was fire, yeah.
That one was.
And they had
Zoe
the other one,
101,
too. No, they had another Drake and Josh movie, right? What was
Zoe
that?
101.
Those,
the Big Shrimp,
To break, yeah,
Big Shrimp,
Big
yeah.
Shrimp, and the Hollywood one.
Yeah,
Yup.
that was good. Those
Yeah.
were good ones.
They were.
I fuck with all of them.
Well, Drake and
Yeah.
Josh is elite though.
Drake and Josh was elite. I fucked with
Yeah.
the Zoe 101s.
Oh,
all
So
of
we don't
them.
had a movie?
yeah.
They had the
Yeah.
special, the one
Yeah.
without they had the games. And Chase, remember he got like he stole the pager thing to write to
Oh,
her
yeah.
like Harry Fallon shit.
Yeah.
And they thought he was cheating and shit when he was
Yeah.
trying to get rid of the mess. Yeah, that whole shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I feel like Zoe 101 was one of the shows that everybody fucked with, but nobody talked about.
Nobody
because
talked
they were
about
embarrassed
it.
or some shit. It was like,
Yeah. But no, Zoe 101 was fire, bro.
that show slapped,
Like,
bro.
Yeah.
That nigga Michael,
Ooh.
Yeah, he
invented drip.
he invented the word drip.
Yeah,
Like he
yeah.
was the first nigga to say that. Like he's like, oh, this drip. Why are you saying that word? Like it's now become
He
popular.
did
And now
say
and now
drip.
and now look at where we are today.
Yeah.
That's all we say.
Wow.
Like,
That's what we say.
He did say that.
It's because one of these Z gens probably caught one of their
Uh,
aunties or uncles
saw it on
watching.
TikTok or
Saw
something.
it, yeah, it was like
Right.
drip. Yeah,
Uh,
I like that. And now it's a thing. That's what happens. History repeats itself.
I agree, man. It's just wild to think. Like I said, like they don't have those TVs moving on. And it was like, you know what it was? Because we were so invested back then. Or like when they were to drop those specials, they did it for us. Like
Because
they
it was right
dro-
after school.
right after school, and they did that. They did all those specials
Yeah,
just for like
that's
for the
what
for
they
the
did.
audience. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
did it strictly for us, and,
Yeah.
and it was just more
Bag of
powerful back
chips.
then. Like,
Yeah, for real. I used to
Word.
watch all those shows while doing my homework.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Word.
remember.
I used to memorize the schedule. Like 4 o'clock when I go home,
Exactly.
SpongeBob was on, and right after that was some shit. You know, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drake and Josh or some shit like.
I used to watch that.
Yup.
Chase.
And then you'd go outside. You'd go outside for a few hours, and then you'd come back in for the 8 o'clock Disney movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you hit like
And then
the
you
lower
watch
tier.
Honestly,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Friday
and
night.
then Friday night,
Bro,
Yeah.
that's when
Friday-
the Adult Swim starts to come on.
Yeah.
But honestly, nothing slapped harder than like that feeling of like a Friday night coming home from school, had no homework or got your homework done shit, and then it was the Disney movie night, and just that intro of like getting it hyped up the red carpet, all that shit,
Yeah.
like
Huh?
Mhm.
just the animation, just like getting yourself like in the feel of like how to get your popcorn, how to get your everything, all your
Oh,
snacks,
yeah.
everything ready, and just like watch whatever Disney movie that was like.
Exactly.
And don't let it be like a like Halloween or something.
That's
where-
what, bro.
Or don't let it
If
be
it's Hocus Pocus or
Focus.
Halloween Town,
Word.
or like
Focus,
Halloween
bro,
Town
say
1 and 2
less.
back to back, and you're just
Right.
like, my night is
Yes.
fuck all y'all. Your friends ask you want to
Yes.
sleep? No, nigga.
No.
No, nigga.
I'm
I'm
busy.
home. I'm home,
Oh,
nigga.
word, for real.
You
My mom just baked me Halloween cookies.
You can come
the
over
sugar
and watch the shit
cookies.
with me.
Exactly.
I am leaving.
You wanted
this
to
house.
explore the woods? You should have did that yesterday. You knew the Halloween Town Marathon was on tonight.
Exactly.
You knew what it was.
We saw the guy. We saw the TV guy. You know what was going on.
What
I
the?
hated the last
Oh,
one.
when the fourth one when they
the
had to
fourth
switch
one.
out
I never saw
Marty.
it too. I refuse to watch it.
The high
No.
school one wasn't
The
bad
high
at
school
all.
one is
It's actually
fine.
really good.
If they would have, if they would have,
there's 4, right?
yeah, there's 4.
Yeah, I fuck with the first 3.
The
Yeah.
first
I
three
never
are
saw the two.
fire.
All right. The third one is like
Side
pretty
note.
much. It's
Marty
the
and
high school
Caliber are
one,
actually dating in
and
real life.
it really
Yeah.
brings them
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
It really
Like 3
brings
years.
like it
That's
opens
good,
up the
yeah.
world
They
of
met
Halloween
12,
Town,
no,
and it's
14.
very
Aw.
amazing. The fourth one,
So cute.
I feel like they
That's
were
very
really
cute.
pushing
They're
it, and they
love
replaced
Aw.
Marty
So dope.
because I believe she was just done with the role, right? That's
Yeah,
why they
I
replaced
think
her.
so.
Yeah.
I don't- yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
But they
Hocus
were
Pocus
just
is
they were
elite.
just
Hocus
the
Pocus
the
was
fourth one you
classic.
could tell they
I
were
love
just
Hocus
milking
Pocus.
it.
Yeah, they
Like,
were
Yeah.
milking it.
they were milking
Very
it.
milking it.
But
Like Home
I
Alone.
refuse to watch Hocus Pocus too because Hocus Pocus has such a place in
Wait,
my heart.
Wait,
Hold
wait,
up,
wait, wait,
There's a
wait,
Hocus
wait,
Pocus
wait,
too.
wait, wait.
Rewind.
Wait,
Did you
Hocus
just
Pocus.
say Hocus
I thought they were
Pocus?
dropping.
There's a
Aren't they dropping it next year though?
I thought I thought they been dropped the Hocus Pocus.
No,
What
we-
are you talking about,
Well,
nigga?
Wasn't it straight to DVD? Like wasn't
No.
it mad long ago?
Bro,
I
what the
swear
fuck
to God,
do
I
you
saw some-
smoke, bro? Like, what
What?
kind of crack are you on?
Rewind.
All of them.
What Hocus Pocus
I
2?
I swear I
Nigga,
saw
they're
some shit
making it
and
right. They
Hold
literally
up.
just announced that the
I
filming is
swear to God, I
beginning
saw some
next
shit
month.
mad
Oh.
mad years
Yeah,
ago.
filming
I'm
filming
like-
is about to be underway.
like,
Well,
they-
they've been
probably
talking
couple years
about it. They've been talking about it number
Yeah.
2 for
no,
decades.
but no,
that
no,
was fan
no.
stuff.
Yeah, no. That's the thing. This is like the biggest misconception out there when it comes to Hocus Pocus. People have been saying for years, "Oh, they're making a Hocus Pocus 2." No, it was just fans making fan art and people like hyping it up, and people on Facebook who don't understand the movie industry that look at a fan poster and go, "Oh, they're making a Hocus Pocus 2." So then for years people were saying it.
Yeah.
There's been no credibility to it whatsoever. There's been no Disney. Nobody ever said they were ever making it. Nobody ever said they wanted to come back.
Good,
And it
'cause the
wasn't
first one's
until-
so good.
First one's
Until
amazing.
They don't
no,
even make a second
until
one.
Disney Plus came along, and then obviously we were like, okay, well look, with the amount of fans that are talking about it, it's Disney Plus. We could do it. Okay, now it's like realistic. We can do it now. And now
When they talking about making a reboot of the witches thing with the chicks from Sister?
they already.
I thought.
Yeah, they got a reboot or something like that.
I don't know about that, but they could, cause the second one, they definitely could and make them like mothers
Yeah.
and shit of
Oh, yeah?
witches.
Yeah,
but,
Hocus Pocus 2 comes out next
I
year.
don't know.
They're about to start filming it.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, I'm watching it.
Oh, I'm watching it too.
Yeah, you're bugging.
I gotta see the trailers first. See how I feel. Because like I said, Hocus Pocus 1 has such a place in my heart.
No, definitely.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. As much as nobody like, here's the thing. Disney hasn't missed yet.
No, you're right. You're
Disney
right.
hasn't missed
You're
yet.
right.
So
You're
You
right.
spitting. You spitting fact.
Disney's casting is pretty.
You right.
Then
you
that-
spitting. You spitting.
yeah,
I don't know. I haven't seen Starsky and Hutch yet. So.
I've
I haven't
either.
seen Turner and Hooch either.
That yeah.
That's
that-
one with-
I said
That's the one with
Starsky and Hutch.
Josh Becker. Starsky and Hutch.
I knew he fucked up last time. I was just like, I'm a dickhead. Okay, I haven't seen Turner and Hooch either.
That's the shit with this nigga from Drake and Josh, right?
Josh
Josh
Peck,
Peck, yeah.
Yeah, and he's a dog.
I fuck with him, yeah.
I don't know why he dropped off the face of the earth, but now that he's skinny, he knows he could get better roles.
He's
He
showing.
needs to stop playing. For real though, like he literally, he's not a bad actor. You gotta think about it. I go back like Big Fat Liar, I think it's called.
Big Fat Liar.
That's one with Frankie Muniz and Paul
Frankie-
Giamatti.
Yeah.
He had a movie on Netflix with the dude
Um,
from
is-
Budapest
isn't he-
Hotel
Hold on.
called
Big Fat Liar? Big Fat Liar's with Frankie Muniz.
Nah,
and
he's in.
Paul
He's in.
Giamatti.
He's
he
another.
had the movie on Netflix I liked with him and the dude from Budapest Hotel called
He's in.
Oh, Tony, yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
What-
But I ended up enjoying that movie. What's that shit called?
When he was a kid, he was in.
It's like 20. Nah,
Type in his name.
Frankie Muniz.
There he is.
Nah,
Mr.
he was a.
Joshua Peck.
He was in
I ran over Oprah.
a movie.
Filmography. Go down. There's his whole filmography, so it's the most recent shit. So you gotta go down all the way.
Oh, he did a lot of stuff.
It says early shit's up here. So keep going up. So ER was his earliest shit. Saturday. Max Keeble.
Yeah, Max Keeble's big move. That's what I'm thinking of.
Ah.
You know what I'm saying? He's been bringing us gold for years.
Damn, that was mad long ago.
Gold for years. You know what I'm saying? He's been bringing us gold for years. And then on top of that, he gets skinny, and now nobody wants him. Until this new thing. But I think it's mainly family issues. I'm talking out my ass. But you know what I'm saying? Like I believe that he has talent that you know what I'm saying.
Red Dawn wasn't bad.
Yeah.
That wasn't a bad movie.
So
Well, I think with him, it's a thing of, but sadly, with a lot of actors sometimes fall into, it's a thing of perception, though. It's like there's certain actors that, sadly, even if they themselves are a good actor, outside of everything, what they're casted as, or what the public will always see them as, is always going to detriment the roles that they're able to get. Like, example with Steve from Blue's Clues. You're never going to see Steve from Blue's Clues really probably in an Oscar movie anytime soon.
Crazy things that
oh
happen.
yeah, no.
Yeah, because he's always going to be Steve, the child star. Like, he's always going to be promoted to do things with children. Actually, let me say that, because we have the Blue's Clues movie coming, so maybe that wins an Oscar or something. Well, hopefully. But you never know. But
crazier things
but,
happen.
yeah, exactly. But realistically, in terms of leading actor category, you're not probably going to see Steve in there.
Oh yeah, no.
But that doesn't mean that he's not good enough to be in there.
Yeah.
It's just
hit me around the soul, bro.
same thing with somebody like Josh Peck. It's like he's always going to receive like this funny, goofy Disney type. Same thing. What's actually better example is the brother from Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackson.
He's only known as, you know what I mean, like doing Disney stuff.
So he was like freaking 30 years old.
Exactly.
Listen,
he's in his 40s and still playing a kid.
Listen,
stuff.
I don't blame him because they're gonna pay. They're gonna keep paying him.
That's facts.
For that contract he probably got is probably ridiculous.
I think that's what most stereotype actors don't get. You know, he's in a lucky situation. That's why I don't blame him. I keep the bag. But that's just another example of like you're not gonna see him in something.
But
crazy.
But also, actors come out of that all the time. Out of movies. Shia LaBeouf was in Even Stevens. Ariana Grande.
No. You can't do that. You are talking about a very select few out of hundreds of thousands of actors who are across television in all different formats that never see the light of day of a big screen or a blockbuster. You can't pick the few. You're talking about Shia LaBeouf. Okay, cool. Miley Cyrus is famous. Yeah, she has a cool cameo as a voice in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but that's it. You're not going to see her in anything crazy other than the Hannah Montana movie is the most she's ever really going to get as of right now.
Yeah.
You're not going to see her in any type of like, you're not going to see her go like Lady Gaga and do like a Oscar now winning role for a singing role.
I guess well, for Miley Cyrus, so she obviously won the music route, but then also won Grammys and got stuff from that.
If she tried, it's not going to go that route. That's what you're not understanding. What we were talking about before. When you look at Fury, in that scene when Shia LaBeouf is looking at Logan Lerman and he's like really telling into him like, wait to see what a man can do to another man, and his eyes are literally just red and watering and shaking. That's the talent of a different actor that certain people like Miley Cyrus do not have. No. Ariana Grande is an amazing singer. Her vocals is some of the craziest we've heard of any singer in the last few decades. At least in the last decade. Mm-hmm. In terms of like actual vocal ability. Crazier than anything Taylor Swift can do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she's now big enough to put herself in a position where, yeah, she's now a cameo side role in a Adam McKay movie. Because she's not that bad of an actress. Yeah. But again, she was one of the few. Victoria Justice wasn't that bad of an actress, but she's not making it on to other bigger things. Yeah. Because she's not of a certain skill set. So that's the whole thing. Is like, no, certain actors don't ever break out of that. Because it's not even their fault. It's just for decades, if you're into... Look at Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Yeah. He does other roles now, but it's not many. Because at this point, it's like, dude, I'm so rich and I'm so comfortable. Like, I was in that role for so long. Mm-hmm. It's kind of... acting, it's still my thing, but it's kind of probably somewhat hard for me to get out of that. Even for me to stop acting like that when I'm on set. Yeah. Like, Tom Holland recently talked about an interview when he was doing Spider-Man. They stopped him in the middle of his, take, and they said, yo, cut. Yo, what are you doing? And he's like, what? It's like, dude, you're a teenage kid. Walk in like that. And he's like, oh. Like, dude, you're walking in with too much confidence, too much swagger. Like, because he's like, oh, like, I didn't realize, I was still walking in like Nathan Drake. Because he just came off the set of Uncharted. So when you're an actor and you're playing different roles like that and you're constantly in character, it's like, so if you've been in the same character for so many years, you get stuck into that when you're going to try different roles. Because you fall back into the same traits that you know, oh, well, this will be good, like, entertaining, you know. So lucky if you're somebody like Jack Nicholson who's already, or like Robin Williams where you're already ecstatic like that as a person, it doesn't really, that won't affect your role because you're known for that outside of the role. So when you do that in the role, it's like, oh, we love you as Robin Williams.
Yeah.
But not everybody has that.
I agree.
So that's why it's like not every actor breaks out.
So even though like someone like Daniel Radcliffe didn't like blow up, but he was still in other movies that were completely different outside of when Harry Potter ended. You know what I'm saying? When he was in that horror movie, Woman in Black.
Oh yeah, that movie.
That was a really good movie. Yeah,
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but here's the thing,
and
the
movie
masses,
he did with Adam Driver too. Like,
yeah,
you know, so, like,
he does all these movies, but with the masses, you don't see it blowing
you
up.
go crazy.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's a perception. You're Harry Potter, so that's one of those. We'll support you. Your movies are good. We like you.
But you are Harry Potter.
But you're Harry Potter.
Yeah.
See, I mean, it's a hard thing for people to get into. That's why certain people don't like to take on comic book roles, because it's like they don't want to get stuck as only that.
I know it's interesting here because I was listening to like, an interview with Shaq, like Shaquille O'Neal, the basketball player. He was kind of talking about that, how like he wants his kids to see him like, oh yeah, he was a great basketball player, you know, Hall of Famer, you know, this and that, but like he wants to be known as a great businessman and a smart dude because he owns like all this other shit. Like he wants to be more than that, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, that's the problem. Is like you don't want to get stuck into one thing.
Exactly.
You know, that's why for me, when it comes to acting, to me, like the top guys is like Michael B. Jordan, Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Gosling, Robert Pattinson. Like that's the Mount Rushmore right now. Like them four niggas, like you don't ever really hear from them. They don't talk. They just literally speak through their art, and their roles are so vastly different. Their movies are so fucking different and unique that it's like these niggas are gonna be here for a long time because you can't typecast. Or Timothy Chalamet is probably the only other person behind all of them.
Yeah.
Where it's like that you have to be that caliber of an actor where it's like you disappear.
Yeah.
You have to be Gary Oldman.
Yeah,
Gary Oldman is basically the standard.
And it's weird too, cause like somebody like Elijah Wood, though, you know what I'm saying? When I see Elijah Wood, the first thing I don't think of is Lord of the Rings. That's not the first thing I think of. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I've never seen the movies.
See, that's your problem.
That's my problem.
I'm never gonna see Elijah Wood and not think Frodo.
That's because I've seen him when I first saw him. It was in other stuff outside of Lord of the Rings, obviously. So
no, I saw him stuff even before Lord of the Rings. He was like, he's been here. He was a child actor. Yeah. He's been around for a long time.
He was in Back to the Future too.
Yeah, he's also in
Good Son.
And Good Son.
Yeah, he was Macaulay Culkin, which is one of my I love that movie. Like we saw it the other day on the fucking.
Well, wasn't he also in a sports movie? Wasn't he? Didn't he play Rudy?
No. Rudy was this dude. Fucking.
Yeah, he didn't play Rudy, but but Elijah Wood, he's been around for a long time. And here's the thing, I didn't even see Lord of the Rings yet. I saw him first in terms of like major shit that changed his career. I saw him in Sin City first, before I saw him in Lord of the Rings. So trust me, I'm not the type. It's just that role for him was just so. Yeah, like it's just when you watch those movies, you see why. It's like him and. Oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? Fucking Sam. Fucking, oh my god. Goonies. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stranger Things. Come on, guys. Bob. Come on.
That was Rudy.
Oh my god.
Guy, what are you talking about? Ashton.
Sean Astin.
Got it.
Oh, he was Rudy, right?
That's Rudy.
Yeah, no, I knew it.
Yes.
I knew he was in
Sean
the movie.
Astin. That's my guy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Sean Astin, Goonies. That's my guy.
See.
That's my guy.
That's who I was. That's my guy too. Cause like that's why I thought y'all was talking about at first. Yeah. But nah. Cause I loved Rudy. Rudy's my favorite sports movie.
My favorite sports films.
Yeah. And that's saying a lot. Cause remember the Titans is crazy.
Yeah,
oh yeah, Sandlot is amazing. Bad News Bears.
That's just the one, bro. It's the one.
If you fucked with Sandlot, you had to fuck with Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like that's my shit.
Of course.
Yeah.
But Sandlot too, I didn't really like Sandlot.
No one
too,
does.
But
no one does.
But like I was like it.
For
I think it was a cute attempt. It was like a cute attempt. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you try.
The Sandlot. Benny.
What is your guys' opinion on like Disney sequels, like those straight to DVD ones we had growing up?
What do you mean?
Like Return of Jafar, The King of Thieves,
No.
fuck it. What? Yeah, fuck around.
As a child, I think it was the.
Okay, I didn't really fuck with Return of Jafar, but the King when his dad pulled up,
Oh yeah. When his dad
I fucked when his dad pulled up.
For me, I think it was more of shock factor. Because as a kid, you're more of like, I like this, I want more, and when they give you more, you're like, yes, it's more.
But I remember I saw Jungle Book 2 in theaters, and I fucked with it.
Like, I'm not saying I haven't enjoyed like a lot of these straight to DVD sequel, like Return to Jafar. I actually enjoyed that one.
Like that one?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it.
I like moments of it, but I just didn't like it overall. I think I like the third one a bit better.
Oh yeah, the third one definitely did do it better, but I did enjoy it.
And you can't tell me Lion King 1.5 is not the fucking funniest.
Oh, it's the best.
Hell yeah.
It's the funniest of all the Lion Kings.
It's the legit too.
Is that the one with Timon and Pumbaa that we saw at Helena's house?
Yeah,
That
it was
was
like
the
fourth
best
wall shit.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw that.
Oh yeah, he saw it recently.
Recently, it was really good.
Yeah,
it was really good.
First time.
Yeah,
I
I was really against watching the other two because like Lion King is literally my favorite Disney movie of all time.
It's the best Disney
It's literally my
movie.
favorite of all time.
I don't blame you.
I don't want that to be tainted by it.
I think we all agree here. Like
I
that's
was
our
told
number
the second
one,
one wasn't
like,
good.
Say the Disney movies like the
Yeah.
animated,
Oh, yeah,
like,
it's-
Lion
yeah.
King.
Yeah.
Lion
It's,
King,
it's top. Even if you don't think it's the best, you have to put it's in your top 3.
Yeah.
It has to be.
It has to be top
Yeah.
Aladdin is probably
Sleeping Beauty
like
for me.
a close second
I put that at, like bottom 5.
because I like
What?
Aladdin was like bottom
Bottom 5?
bottom 5, like 4ish probably.
Sleeping
Yeah.
Beauty.
So this is the end of the Nerdy
Sleeping
Stuff
Beauty, below
podcast with Jared and Alan. We had a
Yeah,
great
below
run,
that.
guys. This is our Joe
Departure.
Budden Mall departure.
yeah, well, Alan's gonna be dead, so
I like Aladdin. It just didn't hit me as
I love
much.
Aladdin.
My heart is broken.
That's crazy.
My heart is broken.
What is wrong with you? You don't eat peaches.
You know, I would say Beauty and the Beast is probably my top 5.
I like
For
Beauty
sure.
and the Beast.
Oh yeah,
For me.
definitely.
Beauty and the Beast.
The BR guessing, come on, all the plates. And
Oh
all
yeah.
The,
You
can't beat
Yes,
us.
be
Yeah,
our
yes.
guest.
Every
Be
single
our
food.
guest.
A word like that ass. They
How about
killed that.
Pixar movies? What's your
Wall-E.
top 3 Pixar movies?
I know I don't know about top 3. I don't know about my top 5. I just know my number
no,
1,
Toy
which is
Story.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille's number 2.
Ratatouille is my number 1.
Toy
Forgot
Story.
about
Toy Story
that.
2 is my
Toy
number
I'm
1.
gonna get a lot of backlash for this. I still haven't seen Wall-E.
You know what? Wally is good. I don't care for it as much as
I
other
saw it the
people
other
do.
day for
Personally.
like in a while.
Why do you hate me?
People, you know what I'm saying? People keep telling me how
It's a
good
good
it
movie.
is.
I don't care for as much as other
It's a
people
very
do,
good.
though.
It's a good.
Personally.
It's a good
Like
movie.
I don't doubt it, cause like
Y'all are bugging.
Pixar.
It's not my top 3 Pixar movie
It's
though.
Pixar. Like I don't
I
doubt
like the
that
way
it's
they did that.
beautiful, but
Yeah,
I
the
just
movie.
don't get.
Wally's
the
not in my. I wouldn't say it's my top 5, but I will
wouldn't
say
top
this:
5, but it's a good-
technical wise, of like story,
Yeah.
execution,
Mhm.
animation, it is their best film. It is their best film, hands down.
I cannot agree.
Even
has to
after
be.
Soul.
I would say actually Up.
Soul is their greatest visually.
Yeah,
But again, when I'm
Soul.
talking technical in terms of what it was at that time, you gotta understand at that time when it came out, Pixar, that's what, Wally's what set the standard. Like again, I heard we're talking about Lion King had to beat the blueprint for whatever CG comes to be next.
I gotta
Wally
see it
was
now.
that blueprint for what Toy Story 3 was able to be, and everything else after that.
Like I get where you're coming from in
You know what
that
I mean?
technical aspect.
And in terms
but
of like, because here's the thing, even though we like Soul, all these other movies, even then it's like,
Soul's good. Soul's really
here's
good.
the thing, even if
Inside Out
Wally's
was
not that
good.
exciting,
Yeah.
Inside
the
Out, that was a
actual
good one.
writing of the story and execution, it's the best and most consistent out of any of them.
I just recently watched Onward with Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. That was really good.
Onward was.
That was
I
really
like.
good.
I really liked Onward.
Like I said, Toy Story 2 is probably my number 1.
Toy Story 2.
I love Toy Story
Still
2.
haven't seen 3 or 4.
both fire.
They're
I mean, like I said,
so
like you
great.
said, Pixar don't miss. Like they,
Exactly.
I've never.
I know.
I don't care.
It's more of like I don't want to cry.
I might get.
That's why I haven't watched.
I might
them.
get backlash for this. I do not care for the car movies whatsoever. I don't care for.
Oh,
I saw all of them.
what backlash are you getting,
What
nigga?
car
That's
movies?
People love cars. All the car movies.
I
I've
Oh,
never
the
met. I don't know who you're
Cars
talking to. I've
movie.
never met one.
People love that shit.
What do you mean?
I've seen them all
I
once.
tell you all the
Whoever
time-
those people are, stop hanging out. with them.
What do you mean? I tell you all the time I like the car movies.
I like cars.
What
Like,
the
I don't like
I don't
anything.
mind Cars 1.
I don't care for
because
any of
it's
them,
fun. Because it's one of those like if you're high as fuck, there's mad funny moments in the first one.
There
Yeah.
is.
And
there
because they also like that's the best use of Mater.
Oh, yeah.
Like Larry the Cable Guy as Mater is hilarious in the first one. Other than that, yeah, the rest.
Listen,
of it.
did not care
I'm
for
not
any of
saying that they go on an upscale after the first one. They definitely don't. But I enjoy watching.
Well,
them.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I haven't seen the third one, but what I am shocked about is when it came out. Because here's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong. Even Rotten Tomatoes and the critic, nobody liked the second one,
Oh,
and people
yeah.
barely liked the first one.
Mm.
But the third one is actually the highest rated out of all of them. So I actually like. Part of me is always here is like one day I'll check it out, but it's gonna be a
It was
long ass
okay.
time.
I mean, I just like cars. All the cars movies didn't hit me like that. That's why.
Yeah.
I
I didn't see the third one. I just know
I
it's
watched
the
all
best
of them.
reviewed one I think out of all of them. So that's why I'm just curious of like, okay, well then
and my
why did
number
they
three.
like this one? Not
So,
the
Out
other?
of all
Toy,
three.
Yeah.
Toy Story 2, Ratatouille, and Incredibles 1 is my top three.
That's a solid
Yeah,
top
that's a
three.
solid top
Incredibles.
three.
That's
That's
a
a solid
solid
top
top
three.
three.
I
Forgot
can't
about
even
the
add that.
Incredibles.
I put Incredibles 2 like in my top 10. Probably like yeah.
I like
2 is in-
Incredibles too.
Incredibles 2 is in
I
the
I
top
did
10.
like
Honestly,
Incredibles,
Incredibles 2 is probably my number one sequel to a animated movie.
Yeah.
That's what Toy Story 2 is for me.
Honestly, Toy Story 2 was it until Incredibles 2 came out. Like,
I remember
'cause, like-
when me and Jared
Oh wait, you're saying Incredibles 2 is the best sequel?
yeah.
so
Yeah.
the number one sequel in my opinion, animated sequel,
Gotcha,
sequel.
gotcha.
I said
Yeah.
animated sequel, not like.
I remember when me and Jared went to go see Incredibles 2 in theaters. We were the only like niggas in our age group there. It was just nothing but kids, bro. Mad loud.
Bro, but I'm used to it,
Yeah,
bro. When
bro.
I saw Inside Out, I was literally the only I was literally by
But it's
myself
weird,
in a theater filled with parents and kids.
It's weird because
I
when
was
I
literally by myself in the corner. I looked up, bro. Like I felt creepy being in there. I'm like I shouldn't be. Like I should just walk out of shame. But I'm like, but I want to see this movie. And then the movie started. I'm like, nah, fuck these kids. Like this movie's so good. Like fuck these niggas.
fuck them
Like I'm
kids.
crying.
They
with
can't
them.
even
No.
appreciate this
Nah,
art
bro.
right now.
But it's
Bro,
it's-
Inside Out. No, I'm not gonna lie.
It's funny
Out of
though,
all-
like-
and now that I think about it, I think I gotta put Inside Out as probably my other, like probably my 4 in my top.
I
five,
put
because
like top 5. I have like 5.
because honestly, like
Yeah.
everything about it's like
Inside Out was with the emotions, right?
Mhm.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
honestly,
that's slap.
Actually, I would
that's
put that
one of those.
4. I would
That's,
put that 4.
that's probably their
That's
best
slap.
concept put to
That's
screen.
slap.
Yeah, I probably
Yeah.
put that 4.
Like, the
That's
concept
okay.
of,
That's
like,
how they teach kids
of,
about their
yeah,
how
your
to
emotion.
regulate your emotions.
But seeing that at like at our age now, at least at
Mhm.
the time when it came out in like 2015, it's like okay, just out of like high school, like starting college, not really like fucking with college. It's like to see a movie like that about your emotions done so well, and then being able to like resonate with it, and then like maybe look about my own childhood. It's like, God damn, you hit me right in my fucking feels.
Which is crazy.
And then nigga
'cause, like,
dies, and he's like, take her to the moon for me. I'm like, you
Word.
I was ready to kick some kids over, like you mother. Punching like kids in theater,
that was
like
a
out
good
of
movie,
anger.
man.
It was.
Yeah.
Toy Story. When I saw Toy Story 4 in theaters, like there was no kids in there. It was literally people like
Oh, yeah,
in our age
yeah.
group.
That's
like,
us,
everybody-
bro. 'cause
It
again,
was literally it was made for us.
like
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
bro, if they did animations of shit that we fucked with growing up, like there is an audience of just us that would show up,
Yeah,
even
no,
if it
that's a
is like
fact.
in a kidly way.
Pick a Pixar movie they haven't made a sequel of that you would love to see a sequel of.
What haven't they made a sequel to?
Ratatouille.
Then Ratatouille.
Ratatouille, definitely.
Ratatouille. That's it. That's my only answer.
That's all I can really
I,
think of.
you
Right?
could, I guess you could try to do an Inside Out sequel. I don't know how would they do it.
I think they are. I mean, I think they are.
Yeah, I was about to say. I
I'm
think
not
they're in the
sure.
development
Oh,
for
okay,
that.
Yeah, so
maybe a
I'm
Soul
sure.
sequel. I don't think Soul would work.
Soul probably wouldn't work, but I would like to possibly
Onward would
see
be a
it.
good sequel. I would like to see an
Onward? Yeah.
sequel to Onward.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rava and the Last Dragon was pretty good. I think
Oh,
Raya.
Raya.
Raya and the
Don't
last
disrespect
dragon. You
my-
racist
Raya.
fuck.
Don't disrespect
how's
my
that racist?
girlfriend,
The
bro.
fuck?
Yeah, no. I actually started it. I didn't get to finish it yet, but I did start it the other day. So.
What Raya? I didn't. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet.
Because it's
What
finally on
about-
Disney.
what
Plus.
Oh, it's
Luca?
finally
What
on
about
Disney.
Luca?
Okay, so
Free. What?
What about Luca?
I haven't seen Luca
Luca
Luca was a
either.
good movie, bro.
What?
I hear it.
No, I'm
I
thinking of
keep
Luca. I'm
hearing
thinking
it.
of- thinking of Coco. Coco
Oh,
was a good
Coco.
Coco.
Oh my my god.
Coco's a
yes.
mad
My
good movie.
my
Yeah.
nephew
Great.
loved Luca to
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I haven't heard anything bad about it, so I want to check it out.
Yeah, I don't think I saw it either. Yeah.
And honestly, me and my nephew got the same taste, so if he loved it,
And
I'll
it stars
probably love
Jacob
it.
Tremblay and the nigga Jack who plays Freddy in Shazam.
Oh, word, that's
yeah, stars the
crazy.
two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
So,
check it out.
Yeah.
All right,
And the
all right.
Bruno.
Yeah, Ratatouille's elite.
Yeah, right.
That's the only one I can think of right now.
Yeah, I'll probably put Ratatouille.
Honestly, unless like I haven't seen Wally, so I'm not gonna say
No,
a
you can't
Wally
really
2.
do. I mean, did they do?
You could do a Wally sequel.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh
One
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
with today's world?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Harms to do a.
You gotta
Yes.
watch Wally to understand.
I just don't. I mean, I wouldn't care if they did.
We're starting the campaign right here. I haven't even seen it. Starting the campaign right here. Everybody,
that's the other thing.
Make a Wally 2 before I even see Wally 1.
like and subscribe if you want a Wally 2.
Well, that's it. I just feel like also out of all their Pixar movies, it's the one that ages where it's like its message is the most like darkest.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's
Wall-E?
also why. Yeah, bro.
I would think
Yeah.
Up was pretty dark.
No. See again, you're thinking about like the movie itself. I'm talking about like beyond that, actual society.
That's facts.
Look at what Wally was
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
say.
Literally,
That's why I
literally
say
what's going on right now.
That's
is what
why I
the movie
say
was saying,
technical. It's their best one
Yeah.
because the whole thing about Pixar is they're trying to make. This is why Pixar said their movies take so long to make, because they sit on the idea alone, 3 to 5 years before they even get in development of like, okay, let's actually put this person here and you guys start working on this idea and figure it out. They really take like in terms of like cooking, like they take their time. They make the food well. They really prepare their shit. So when they have a concept and idea ready to go, so that's why I was never afraid about Toy Story 2 or 3, because knowing the way Pixar works, they're not making Toy Story 3 or 4. They're not greenlighting it unless they go, yes, this is good enough for us to have a reason to do it. And there's a real message here where we can do it, and enough time has passed where this message cannot resonate.
Yeah.
That's always been their message from the beginning with any of their Pixar movies. So for them to have something like Wall-E and put that in the world, and the fact that we all ignored it, yeah, you can make a sequel to that. Because there's so much it can now emphasize on what its original message was.
That's facts.
To today.
That's a fact.
I can I just thought of another one. Up.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Well, not anymore because the actor just passed away.
Yeah.
That
R.I.P.
and also I
Yeah.
wouldn't. I don't. That's
I don't
that's
know.
that to me is like Soul. You could do something else to Soul,
but
but I'd rather just leave it the one and
how
done.
it ended.
yeah.
Yeah,
As it
facts,
is.
facts.
As it is.
But with them and how long it's been, you know what I mean? They would have probably had some sauce if they were thinking of it.
But that's why I think Inside Out will work out, because like if you made like the girl like older and like when she's an adult and shit like that, you can still have those emotions like how we are in our age.
Oh no,
Well,
Inside Out would work 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 1,000%.
Yeah.
I'm also this. I think I'm on the page though at this point that after seeing Soul and how much I love Inside Out, I want Pixar to just go more in original directions. I don't want any sequels.
I mean, yeah, they mostly go in original directions. So
yeah.
Most of their stuff is original.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking, like, what
Really,
would you like to see sequels?
but honestly, like Incredibles and Toy Story are the only things that they really like.
Cars.
Cars. I keep forgetting about Cars because I always associate
But
Cars
here's
with
the
directly with
But here's the
Disney.
thing: we
you know
gotta say
what I'm saying?
that we say that's not we say that it's like that we say that like it's not a lot, but the reality is, Pixar is an amazing studio. They have amazing movies. There's not many franchises compared to like everything else Disney owns, especially when it comes to the animation side.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is yeah, those are the only few sequels, but you gotta remember they did those all within like kind of a similar time span.
Yeah.
So it felt like for a time period, Pixar went back to let's do all these sequels and going back to these stories. Now I want them to get to a point of all right, let's go back to refreshing the palette of focusing on original stuff. Because when they were doing that, like getting ready for Incredibles and doing the fucking sequels to Cars and shit for Cars 3 and shit, you gotta remember things like the Good Dinosaur fell in between there. Yeah. And the Good Dinosaur, honestly, if you see, is not that bad of a movie.
I don't think I saw it.
But it didn't get because it got no push. Because they weren't as focused on the original shit, they were getting more promotion to the sequels and other shit that they were doing. And that's what I mean by I want Pixar to focus more on just like original shit and getting back to things like a Luca and shit like that. Yeah, that just fell by the wayside because of the pandemic and it was supposed to be in theaters and they had to put it on Disney Plus like that.
So same thing
that was no fault of its own.
Same thing with Raya.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. sadly, the pandemic fucked over a lot of these original animations that in the theater would have been like Riot in the theater would have
Yeah,
been.
it would have been slap.
Woo! That would have been insane. That would have been insane because the animation I'm already impressed with.
Yeah, from the trailers I've seen and the clips I've seen, I'm totally all for it. Plus, you already know anything Aquafina does, I'm drinking her bathwater.
Oh my god.
Shang-Chi, bro.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Shang-Chi.
I'm drinking
That
her
was a great
bathwater. I don't care.
freaking
Which,
Oh
okay,
Oh my
which
god.
I guess
Put it on my Twitter.
well, I guess the last thing.
Aquafina, I will drink your bathwater.
Yeah.
I guess the last thing we should definitely bring up before we go is so Venom is about to come out.
Yes.
So I know you're not really on the internet much, but it is already basically been
The
out there
interwebs.
because they had the fan screenings in other countries, like in London and stuff. So people have already seen the movie. A lot of the critics are now getting their screeners to see it. And basically, the post-credit scene has already dropped of what it is. And it didn't help that at the same time somebody posted a picture with Tom Hardy wearing a hat that looked like it had the writing that said Spider-Man No Way Home, like the crew member hat said.
You think he's gonna be in there? Maybe. Maybe not. I guess we'll see when the movie comes out.
You got to think about it. Sinister Six, and we only know 5 characters.
Well, I don't think he's gonna be. I think they're gonna save it for Venom 3, but from what it's sounding like, they basically might be confirming these universes are together.
Well,
So in that case,
Holy shit.
Tom Hardy versus Tom Holland.
it makes
Too many
sense.
Toms.
Too many times.
It makes sense because there's too much funny.
Too many Toms and too many Chris's.
Too many
Facts.
Chris's.
Facts.
But there's too much funny stuff going on with the in the gaming world for it not to be true though, because there's no way Disney's going to have one exclusive and one limited exclusive.
I don't know.
Game.
I didn't even say. I just don't think there really is any connection there.
It's just too weird.
No, because here's the only thing is
It's too
because
weird.
the whole thing is they.
Too weird.
No, because here's the thing is that could have happened regardless without the Spider-Man deal. Like that deal can be done separately. Whereas like you got to remember that deal would have been in place already in terms of like they already had the Fallen or like they already had like all these other games getting ready to come out to be exclusive for the Sony. While they were still having debates on whether Tom Holland was going to come back as Spider-Man when their deal wasn't closed in, where they were going to lose him, and they were going to have to put him in his own universe.
No, I get that.
So I'm saying like that deal would have still happened regardless of Spider-Man or not.
I get that. Like, you know, and no, more on like the Marvel side of video games, but when you have a Star Wars, limited exclusive that's gonna pretty much be on PlayStation for almost half a year before it goes on the Xbox is a little suspicious in my personal opinion.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying? That's just my speculation.
Yeah,
like,
no, but I get what you're saying.
I'm happy to be wrong.
But you understand, like, but here's my thing, bro. Come on, because you're gonna be in this industry. You're
Oh,
you're
yeah.
gonna learn. The gaming side of the business and the movie side of the business are two divisions that have nothing to do with each other.
But you never
The
know.
only time they cross over is
that.
if it's a tie-in movie game, like the old days with the original Raimi Spider-Man.
I feel you,
Yeah.
but then you got to think about it too. Sony as a company was going under.
They were, but that's what I'm saying. Right now, they're not in that spot
right now
anymore.
they're not in that spot. But why not secure your future endeavors by not only am I going to secure a whole bunch of Marvel exclusive games, now if I can have a deal with, all right, the next slate of 10 games are going to be 6 months limited exclusive for Sony, that's giving more gaming people initiative to buy more PlayStations because one, the exclusives, like I'm getting a PlayStation for Spider-Man and Wolverine, period. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That I'm sold.
Yeah,
I'm sold. Marvel did that.
yeah.
Not Sony. Marvel did that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like like period. And now I can, if I wanted to, I can purchase all these Star Wars games that's gonna be on PlayStation 6 months earlier, and that's less games I'm gonna be spending on Xbox.
No, see, I get what you're saying, but this is my whole thing is that has nothing to do with Tom Holland and the Spider-Man movie deal being together. Because here's how that works: here's how that works. The whole reason that they didn't even know if Tom Holland was going to come back as Spider-Man is because when Marvel and Sony make a Spider-Man movie,
Mm-hmm.
it's Sony making the movie. Marvel just allows them to say like, "Hey, he can be in our universe, so you can use the storylines that we're using and our characters." The problem that started happening is after they made the first two movies, they were like, "Okay, here's the problem. We don't feel like the fact that like this shouldn't be a 50-50. This shouldn't be a 50-50 of what we're giving you and what we're making if we're the ones putting all the production in and it's just using the license of letting him be in your universe so you can use him later." So the whole deal has been trying to figure out, okay, what's a fair deal of allowing us to use him to our benefit in our movies while allowing you guys to then keep him for your shit and you guys get more money out of the production. Which is why now his deal, when he re-upped his deal, it was then for 2 more Marvel movies appearances that he can be in. So, Doctor Strange 2, and then we don't know what the other one is yet. So that's how that deal worked. That's for them figuring out productions of their actual movie side. Like the actual money they're investing in, the actual who's getting staff, who's getting paid who. The games has a whole different division of licensing.
I'm not saying none of that. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. But I'm just saying they can't. I'm not like we weren't in the room, but one of them could have been like, now that we've made this deal, I need you to. You know what I'm saying?
It
was scratch my back.
Like, it's not even the same people.
but I feel you. That exec could have called that exec. Oh, I heard you're doing. Okay, if they're gonna make this, we need you to try and get 6 months exclusives on some of the games. You know what I'm saying? It's headcanon. It's headcanon. That's what the headcanon is for.
Well, I'm sure. Like there are probably some people in talks just to figure out how they can make money. You know what I'm saying? So like when the last Spider-Man game came out, that was obviously after the first Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. So like the hype was already there. So they're able to, especially how it was made. I feel like nowadays the gaming community has been kind of taking a hit, especially with the single player games. Like everything's just mostly battle royales, multiplayer, things you can hack, like shit like that. Where gaming companies that want to make money off the single player games that like a lot of people do fuck with as well, like has been kind of losing that over the years because of how shit has gone. So like obviously when they go into the hype of how Spider-Man's coming in right now, how great Tom Holland's doing, I feel like obviously they're probably talking like, all right, this is a great time to drop that game. And then now Miles Morales, and now let's announce the second one. Now that the third Spider-Man movie's coming out, that's getting all the hype in the world right now. So I don't think it's anything that has to do with them intermingling. It's just mostly like what's the best strategy to make the most money out of
exactly.
at both the gaming and the movie industry.
Yeah, like, my point is like it's just convenience of how it looks to the public.
Exactly.
But the actual inner workings behind them, nobody is really talking about like in that way. That's not how the decisions get made.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying the people that made the decisions on the contract for Spider-Man made the same decisions for the game, but I'm saying like maybe like, oh yeah, my gaming people want to talk to your gaming people, like type shit, like after this is done. You know what I mean? Because like it's just for an avid gamer, somebody who plays games, like it doesn't make sense for.
Let me ask you this: what are you saying specifically in the sense of this? Is what I'm trying to ask. Are you trying to make a connection between Tom Holland re-ing up his deal to stay as Spider-Man with the whole Venom and all the MCU movies coming together has anything to do with the video games having their exclusives?
No, I'm saying that. For the simple,
that's where I got confused.
No, I'm saying for the simple fact that they had to. It has to be something with the like not the only the exclusives, but the like the way they're doing it is like okay, like I said, like Wolverine is an exclusive game for Sony, which doesn't really make sense because it's not a part of Spider-Man's universe, whatever. Like, you know what I mean?
But-
They
but
can
that-
make it for Xbox. You know what I mean?
No, but the
To
X, the
get
X-Men is owned by Sony.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Oh, the X-Men is owned by
Yeah,
Sony.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought the X-Men
No, the
was.
film
Well,
rights.
well,
The
the game-
film rights are owned by Marvel and Disney now, but
The gaming rights.
are still under Sony.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Actually, specifically, the company Insomniac Games is owned by Sony.
Yeah,
Oh,
Well,
okay.
the same people who made Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insomniac has, I think, most of the Marvel character rights.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I just I didn't know that they had the rights to him. But anyways, even so, even with that, and then just the limited exclusive, it just gives Sony just more of like a push, because if you're really in the gaming side, there's no real new up and coming games for Xbox that's really captivating gamers. So
Other than Halo, no, not really.
no,
No,
and
no,
Halo
no,
and
no,
Halo's
no, no.
and Halo's pretty much dead unless you
Yeah.
play it professionally.
Yeah.
Unless
yeah.
you're that one kid who's still like nostalgic for your Xbox 360.
I mean,
playing
I always get
Halo
all the
2,
Halos
like-
because that's the reason why I get all the
Yeah,
Halos. I'm
exactly.
But
that
no,
kid.
but it was that
I'm that kid,
nostalgia
yeah.
for Halo 2
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the 360. Like
Exactly.
you just want that feeling
I
again.
am that
somehow.
kid, yeah, or I feel that.
Yeah, so
We all are
exactly.
on
So
the inside.
if games that I want to play is going to be out 6 months before I can get it for the system I have, it's just like giving them more of an edge. Not like I'm not really giving it. It's giving them more of an edge on Xbox and PC players and stuff like that. Not necessarily like, you know what I mean. It's keeping them afloat, or like, you know what I mean. It's like, okay, like I made a deal with you, now you make a deal with me. It's just more of like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying. I know we just did this deal with Spider-Man. We just want a limited release. We get it 6 months before you put it on any other console. What these next 5 games or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that you produce. And
they just have that leeway, you know what I'm saying? It's tough. That's why
because
I'm always an Xbox guy first, you know what I'm saying? But like PlayStation, that's why PlayStation has the edge, like you're just saying.
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
they have better exclusive
they
games.
have way better exclusive games, and like they just have the best rights.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
they
Like,
and that's where Xbox screwed up. You know what I
Facts.
mean? Not to switch it to games, but when they went to the next gen of Xbox from Xbox 360 onward, Sony was buying all the rights for the next gen.
Mhm.
So that's why Xbox got big on the backwards compatible, and that's why it's better than PlayStation's backwards compatible, because they still have the rights to the 360 versions, just not the newer versions.
Yeah.
And there's nothing we can do about that. So
Sucks to be an Xbox player.
yeah. I've always had all the systems.
You know what
like,
I'm
you know what
saying?
saying?
I'm an Xbox first nigga too.
But
you
I'm
know what
I'm saying, like, if I go, majority of my friends are on Xbox and play Xbox. All right, what can I say?
I'm an Xbox guy too. I get it. Like I've always been Xbox first. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've always also had a PlayStation too, because like I just enjoy the PlayStation games like a lot more. You know, especially nowadays. I feel like Xbox hasn't really been doing that for their exclusives. You know what I'm saying? Like, Halo and Gears of War have both not been it.
I've only been raised with a PlayStation, so that's all I know.
Yeah, I had both growing up. It's weird. It's just like, cause like at the beginning it was Xbox. Xbox was that guy.
My dad always got an Xbox, but he only ever played the PlayStation.
Yeah.
It was weird.
So
yeah.
that's all I ever played.
See-
and honestly, like, I don't know. I never cared about it. And honestly, I hated the gaming community because, like, that's the thing.
It was so toxic.
No, this is what I'll say about the gaming community. Y'all don't make it fun for people wanting to game.
No.
Like, honestly, you guys don't make it where people want to play games.
No.
Like, if you're not a gamer, you guys are not an inviting crowd at all.
No.
It's like, because you guys immediately judge somebody for, like, having one system or the other, rather than just like being okay with them having that system and just encouraging them to play like
That's
a
the
certain
problem.
That's
game.
what it is. But you know who started it though? It was them goddamn PC dudes.
Yes.
The PC
Word.
guys. Oh, you got a console? Just get a PC. What you poor?
Pussy. Like,
I built this myself.
Oh,
like,
Like, sir, I don't
you
got
live
money
in your
to
mother's
spend like
basement. Like,
yeah, nah. It started there, and then you know what it is. All right, here's what it is. I personally feel, and this is just me as a PlayStation fan from people who I know are PlayStation fans. I just personally feel like PlayStation fans are not as toxic as Xbox fans.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's completely
that
false.
is not. I was a PlayStation player first.
I know.
And trust me, you know how
I
many.
don't consider you guys toxic. That's why I say that. Because here, let me explain what I mean by that. Is anytime I've ever run into an Xbox player, it's immediately handling on me. Just like, well, it doesn't matter. Mine has better graphics. Xbox has better graphics. It doesn't even matter. At the end of the day, we technically have better graphics. It's like, okay, bro, like that's cool. Like I just want to play my game. Like I don't care like
that's
that.
the thing. The PlayStation was the same way, but in the other sense, like, we have better games. We have better exclusives. It was like I've heard it from both sides. Like both sides
True,
are both just as
but here's the
toxic.
thing. But here's the thing. But I never heard, you know, in the sense of though, it's like I never like, at least for me, again.
That's because you're outside the gaming community.
But here's the thing. I never. When you and me talked about other like games to other people in school, like I never saw you spaz on somebody. Like
so I was never like that. Me personally was never like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like
but
I always had both.
No, that's my point. Everybody, there are obviously gamers who are PlayStation fans who are just as wild as Xbox.
Word.
I'm just saying for the majority, I feel like that's what I'm saying. I'm saying for the majority of what I feel of people I meet, for the most part, most PlayStation fans, except like, yeah, our graphics aren't as good, but yeah, we got the better games, so it's like whatever. Compared to Xbox fans, they're always like, oh no, you guys are technically the graphics on this are way better. You can't even do this, blah 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 blah. They always go into a rant about why.
I disagree because I've heard like lately just like that, like on the PlayStation side, just as much as I heard on Xbox.
Honestly, that just really goes by the fact of the just two different types of people you guys have run into.
Yeah,
because like you've just so happened to run into more calm PlayStation guys than Xbox guys.
No, but you know, I agree. No, what he's saying is right, but this is what I'm talking about. The actual, like I'm talking about, like when I say technical term, I mean like the actual, like if you wrote down, like what you said, the line of like all PlayStation guys can say is like we just have the better games.
Yeah.
So that's like the one comeback, and then it's like they'll repeat that one comeback.
That's the only comeback. That's like the same thing with Xbox. They can say, "Oh, we have better graphics." And that's
no. But that's the thing. When I've heard people complain about the Xbox, they always go into detail with me about exactly like what, like
the specs.
Like, I don't want to. I can't say because
it's between specs
we're on the
and games.
podcast, so I can't say specifically like who I'm talking about. But like, if I said it, you would know who I'm talking about. Where it's like specifically they go into detail of like this, the lighting, the graphics scene, the wire.
That's the specs. Yeah.
Get the specs, all that shit.
It's between the specs and the game.
And you know what? For me,
that's the only thing that they argue about.
For me, when I hear a PlayStation person just constantly saying we have better games, it's like, all right, yeah, that's annoying, but I mean, it's like 1 point compared to like Xbox. It's like, okay, dude, I get it on every fucking wire level. You know, for me, it's just more tedious with an Xbox person. Where it's like I don't mind it as much from a PlayStation person. It's like, all right, here's gonna.
I feel like Xbox is more tedious, where PlayStation's trying to be like more big dick kind of about. You know what I'm saying?
It's like when somebody keeps gloating at you with the same comeback. Where it's like, all right, that's annoying, but it's annoying when somebody's coming at you and they're trying to tell you every little detail of like something where you're just like, yo, I don't give a fuck. Like it's like I've seen both sides. Honestly, both sides obviously
both annoy me just as much. Because I'm on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always had both a PlayStation and Xbox. My entire even in Nintendo. Actually, I was at Nintendo too. And you know that's the thing. Nintendo's niggas. They don't say shit, bro. And they just be chilling, bro. They don't say jack shit, bro.
Because you want to know why? Because they have the two greatest games in the world. And we'll never get it. Well, fuck the franchises.
They have some of the best franchises of all time.
One, put Mario in front of it, it's selling.
It's done.
And you put Pokemon in front of it, it's selling.
Or in Zelda, you put Zelda. That's selling too.
Obviously, that's just the side bread. Zelda's the side bread. But I'm telling you, the most of the money that comes for Nintendo is Pokemon and Mario.
Word.
And Mario, Zelda is right there. They're if you want to go top 3, that's their third. But you don't need a third when you got them two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they're still making money. That's crazy.
I legit bought. It's over there. Now this
See, like, most people I know have Switches.
And they even have games crossed over with each other. That's how much money these niggas make.
I bought a Switch legit for
most people I know have
Pokemon and Smash. I haven't bought Smash yet, but I'm buying Smash. Yeah. And
that's another thing. Smash is I'll probably number 4 if anything. You know
exactly. And then on top of that, they came out with an exclusive, for the gamers, a Monster Hunter game that's exclusively for the Switch.
Word.
So.
It's like all their games are exclusive. Like all their games are exclusive, bro. Like you can't get Zelda anywhere else. You can get Mario anywhere else. You can get Pokemon anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
They're different, bro.
We're lucky. I think we were lucky. We got what, Spyro. I think Spyro's on Xbox, but I think PlayStation. Is it PlayStation?
We really didn't appreciate the Wii when we did.
We really didn't. But then they came out the Wii U was trash. I had the Wii U.
Yeah, the Wii U was garbage. But you know the worst.
The Wii was revolutionary though.
You know what the most annoying thing is though? My parents when they got the Wii, my parents got the Wii at the peak, so they got it with the whole bundle shit. These niggas got it with the fitness shit.
Oh yeah.
The fuck was my family
with
doing
the mat shit, bro? I saw that.
Yeah.
Remember
Bro,
those?
bro. Do you understand,
Yoga
like, right?
mat, fucking Wii
Right?
mat shit, bro. That shit
Bro,
was
do you know how annoying that
crazy.
was? I used that shit once, right? Because my mom was like, "Oh, you gotta try it, right?" So I try it. Now, every single time I go to fucking play the Wii, this thing reminds me. It's been 78 days since you fucking last
Bryce,
worked
did
out.
you work
It's been, and then, you know, obviously
Sir.
after over time, it's like
You're
it's been
obese.
567 days
You're
since you haven't
obese.
worked out. Like, why don't you just fucking
Say-
leave me alone?
Or say 2 years, or just say 2 years.
Word.
Cut it down, like
Word.
you're talking too much.
Honestly, you're embarrassing the fuck out of me.
Word, right? Like, I
That's
get
the,
it.
thing, that's the thing about Nintendo. Like, honestly, they're the OGs, bro. Like, they're the ones that really put the gaming community in the
Oh,
spotlight. You know what I'm saying?
GameCube,
GameCube,
Nintendo. I don't know.
64.
64.
That's what put like the in the spotlight.
Who remembers making a game where I gotta make the game?
I had the Batman game.
You gotta do.
Yeah. Word.
That's true.
Sometimes
You gotta build the console too.
Word.
Pause.
On the GameCube. Who remembers Monkey Ball though?
Monkey
Oh
Ball was
my
there, bro.
God.
That yo, that
Monkey
was
Ball was the
Donkey
greatest.
Kong.
No, but you know what's crazy?
To this day,
you know what's
I
crazy?
still have my GameCube controller. I play it on my shit too. I
Yo,
still have it to this day.
You know
bro.
what's
That's
crazy
fire.
about fucking Monkey Ball is the fact that they went like the opposite of most games. It was like the first game was just this random. You do random races and try to get the time. You know, the amount of bananas and everything. The second one had a whole storyline with the fucking evil monkey, and you had to go through all these levels and stuff.
That
And
was
the
mad
level was
fun.
fucking dumb
Intense.
hard, like
And
the
that's another-
underwater level shits.
It was
like,
crazy.
And it's
they
sleep-
was different. The lava one, the lava was my
Lava
shit.
Yeah, it
The
was
lava
nuts.
ones
Yo,
was
they
my
be
shit.
sleeping on Nintendo too, because like I feel like a lot of misconception. Like they always say like it's kind of like too bright, it's like too kid friendly, this that. But they made Resident Evil 4. They made a different version of Resident Evil 4, like a whole different like fucking storyline and everything for Resident Evil 4, which is Resident Evil's biggest game actually, exclusively for
They're
Nintendo.
basically the Disney of games.
Listen, I remember.
Which isn't a bad thing though. Like
They-
Disney's universal. That's the great thing about Disney. The good thing about like Nintendo. Like most of their games are universal. You can
Right.
play them with your friends and competitive. You can play them fun alone. Like they're just. It's not a game where it's like, you know what I mean? Like if you have like your mom's like friends stop by and they want to play a game, you're not gonna pull out Resident Evil. You know what I mean? You might not play out Call of Duty on these niggas. Like you know what I mean? But like Mario's fun for everybody.
But
Everybody
that's
loves
the thing.
Mario.
Nintendo was always that console where it's like it was more to bring people together. Where
Uh-huh.
I feel like Xbox and PlayStation and PC, like everybody's just by themselves on their computer or their controller, just trying to kill the other person across it, whatever. You know. What I'm saying?
I don't know if you guys remember it was a Nickelodeon game that had a whole bunch of other arcade games in it.
What, a bunch of different like shows from Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
I had them shits, bro.
I
Yeah.
That shit slap,
Yeah.
bro. Like, yeah. They had that.
There was
They had a
SpongeBob
Cartoon Network one
one,
too.
there was
It had it for the Game Boy.
I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
I had it for the Game Boy, bro. That shit
Yes.
was
Yes.
legit. Yeah.
If they would have kept going with that,
Mhm.
I feel like honestly, Nintendo would have probably been way big. Even though it's still
Yeah.
like up there, like it would have been way bigger right now.
It's
like,
facts. Like I said,
Yeah.
most people I know have Switches. Like it's
yeah,
crazy.
like Dad would buy anything Nickelodeon type S game. Like
Word.
I'm not even going. SpongeBob, I'm sold. Like you know what I mean? Like,
Word. Some of the SpongeBob games were fire. bro.
fire.
Bro,
Yeah,
you
I
know
played
what
all
I
of them.
miss? You know what I really miss? I miss the old computer games on the websites.
Cool math games.
Yes.
No.
You go to
I mean, like,
Nickelodeon.com
I played
or
the SpongeBob movie one where
CartoonNetwork.com.
you just drive around in the Krabby Patty with like him and
Yeah.
Patrick
Uh-huh.
and do all the different missions. Or if you went on the Cartoon Network, you could play the Teen Titans where you were the Titans and you could pick a character and you had to fight like all the different villains and shit.
American Dragon Jake Long when you're flying. fighting crime through the night.
Facts. Oh, almost all the Disney ones were fucking fire.
hot.
Disney One, Sweet Life.
Yes.
Went to the hotel.
The one where what's the one? Oh, no,
With Lilo and Stitch, the sandwich making guy.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
no, but I was thinking they had the same one with the Fosters.
Oh
Where, like
yeah.
your
Oh,
will,
the Fosters,
yeah, and you had to
yes,
like get all the
yes.
dishes and shit.
The most goated one out of all of them, the Codename Kids Next Door.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That was my favorite one, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did we not
uh-huh.
mention that yet today?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a fire show.
Codename.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Codenames.
Codename Kid.
Number 5.
Anything Codenames Kid Next Door. I don't care. They can make them older. I'll watch it.
Facts.
Honestly,
It won't make no sense, but I'll watch it.
Number
I
one
would
had
watch
cancer.
Stop. We're not doing
Damn.
these weird theories unless that's what y'all want to do.
I'm not doing all that right
Number one, have cancer.
But we do gotta wrap this up. This is getting too long.
Yeah, facts.
I don't got that kind of space on my laptop.
I respect it. That's why I
Well.
bought a desktop.
Well, guys, it's been a great episode.
Oh yes.
Long one.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours.
That's fine.
I thought it was 3. So
Honestly, I forgot we were doing a podcast at one point.
Yeah, me too.
yeah, but that's the organicness about this. You know, we're all just a whole bunch of friends having fun.
Feeling it. Art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
You really want to know what I'm feeling?
Mr. Krabs.
What I
Feeling like it's time to get out of here. Thank you guys. See you next time.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?